And we're live. Hello, I am Anavultus, and welcome to another episode of our amazing and awesome podcast where we talk about various things that are cool and hip, as all the
And
cool
very
young kids say
questionable.
nowadays.
When you know you're old. Yep, straight up. Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Mudafisi, as always. And yeah, I'm your Gucci Gang member for the weekend. Every weekend, unless you're Anavultus and probably dip half the time because of embarrassments, which is very relatable. And I ain't even hating, bro. I ain't even hating. I would do the same.
So, tell me, have you ever actually had any Gucci? Worn any Gucci?
Yes and no. I've
Yeah.
definitely worn very, and I mean very gay ass hoodies and very questionable rap career. Likely no sagging because your boy is on fleek and thick. Don't ask how I know that. It's just when you're in the hood and you don't want to know. Okay, look. So whenever I go out, right, I always wear strictly non-baggy clothing because if I did, I would pretty sure I would be the thought of the entire hood, straight up, no questions asked. Because I'm already wearing literally the gayest shit you can find, at least in this side of the neighborhood. By that I mean furry and anime shirts, right? Gay ass pink hoodies, Gucci gang, and I have my friend who's a rapper. His name is Jonathan. He has a literal squad hat, like a straight up Gucci rapping gang squad hat, and he gave me one. So I'm like, I legit wear this everywhere because why the fuck not be part of a rap squad? You know what I'm saying? Except no gang wars, okay? Except if you had one, it'll probably be twice as gay because there's no shooting, but there's definitely some raping. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I would definitely look like the gayest person ever if I wore baggy clothing because it's literally the only thing I'm missing from my wardrobe. That and maybe a skirt, but I ain't trying to be no trap, so I ain't wearing that.
What if
Even
it's a
though
kilt?
yes, then definitely, but that's only if I can also get the accents. Yes, I gotta have the accents. There's no way. Because if I'm wearing a kilt, nigga, I'm rocking that accent. Straight
Yeah.
up. I got it. I gotta represent, you know,
Yeah.
in
It's
the
a
most racist way possible, of course.
Scotland forever.
God damn it. Yeah.
Yeah, Scotland. But anyway, speaking of Gucci, did you know that there's actually a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure comic about Gucci?
I would not be surprised.
Yep.
Like 100% not surprised. I'm surprised, right? That it's just now that you told me about this. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the first thing you told me when I met you, you know?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was on season two, that I'm currently trying to watch
Well, no,
because
it's
we're
I
trying
don't
to get
think
it.
it's been animated, but it was a Gucci advertisement that was made using the characters and the offer and the style of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Did they rock the clothing? That is the question.
Well, I think there's actually clothing lines based on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So I guess yes.
So they rock that Gucci hoodie. I'm just gonna, if I found one, right, I'm gonna wear it. I'm gonna straight up wear it just for you, bro. I'm gonna wear one.
I don't
And
wear
then go to
Gucci.
the hood, right? And then go to the hood, more like our neighborhood. And if someone asks where you got that gay ass looking shirt, because let's be real, it's JoJo. Everybody looks buff as fuck. You know what I'm gonna tell him? I'm gonna tell him you gave it to me, bro. I'm gonna straight up say that. And then when they ask questions like who is this nigga and where he got it from, you know what I'm gonna say? The same thing you always say with John Cena. You'll never know. You can't see him. You know what I'm saying? You can't see him. So you don't need to know, bro. All you gotta know is that he's lit. And
Can't see
he
me.
always has history something on his channel. I swear to God, half of the things that you show up on your channel, I have no clue what they're from. I swear to God, bro. And I
What?
don't want to ask. I don't want to ask because
Give
I
me
don't
an
want to know,
example,
bro.
man.
When I'm looking at the live stream, bro, half of this shit I don't get where it's from.
Oh,
Like,
you mean
don't
the
worry, I get
images?
the Pepe's. I get the
Okay,
Pepe
you
and
know
the
Pepe.
OC and the OC Sonic OC and maybe Stalin,
Stalin. All
but
right.
I
Papa
have
Stalin, yeah.
no idea who's that nigga with the glowing eyes and the statue with one of its eyes out. I don't know what
All
they're
right.
from. They're
All right.
obscure memes, obscure history memes. You know,
Well, they're not very obscure. Okay, I'll give a little rundown. So the one with in the middle with the glowing eyes is an edit I made of Q from Star
Star Trek.
Trek. Yeah, Star Trek.
Whenever
Which
I hear the word Q, I just think Star Trek because that's like the only name that has that type of ringtone in it.
okay, and the guy at who's in dark at the bottom right is an edit I made of the woke Glenn meme, and it's
Woke Glenn meme.
Glenn Beck, who's a news person among other things, and he's rocking some clothing that people said made him look like he's a bit woke. But I guess to their disappointment, he wasn't woke as they were. And at the bottom left, that's an ancient well, not Sumerian, an ancient Akkadian sculpture. Um,
Akkadian. I've never even heard of that word before. What's Akkadian? Please explain, bro.
it means it's from Akkad, or
What's a
it's an ancient city and a country in Mesopotamia. They don't even know where the city is anymore. That's how old it is. That they lost the city. It's a lost city.
I can't tell whether you're a meme version of who the fuck was his name from Uncharted. Uh, Forgot the main character's name. Shit. Uh, you know the guy who's like a male version of Lara Croft. Forgot the boy's name.
Indiana Jones?
No, 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 that would be too accurate. The one from Uncharted on Sony. You know the one.
I don't know.
Shit. Well, you're basically him, except with more memes. Okay, look it up so you can find what I'm referring to.
Yeah, but it's believed to be one of the kings of Akkad. Originally, people thought it was Sargon of Akkad who started a large empire, but people now think it may have been his son that this is a bust of. Um, but still, historically speaking, most people considered this to be a bust of Sargon of Akkad, an ancient and powerful emperor who ruled Mesopotamia.
Good to know.
And I love looking at the Sumerian kings list.
Explains a lot. It
Yeah,
definitely does.
but it's interesting. Gudea of Lagash is not on the Sumerian kings list, even though he was a pretty powerful ruler in his own time. But there you go. That's
It didn't
history for
get
you.
that band recognition.
It didn't get the recognition, man.
He was too lit for the squad.
Didn't get on the squad with Urnamu.
You know, whenever I do these things with you, right? I
Yeah,
always learn new things that I'm not sure whether I want to learn or regret learning. You know, I can never tell because half of this shit is incriminating evidence, and the FBI is probably on my ass. So yeah, just if I get murked, it's not gonna be your fault. It's gonna be because of the memes. We're too late.
yeah,
Just getting that clear.
yeah. The FBI is gonna be after you after they find
You know
out
what's
that.
funny?
Yeah,
You know what's funny, right? One of my friends, right, asked
yeah.
me, "Hey, bro, if you got swatted, what the fuck would you do? Like, straight up, what would you do? Because, you know, if I start making live streams, because that was kind of the idea, you know, get better connections and then just start live streaming after this. So connection will make better Let's Plays. And I was like, if I ever get swatted, you know what's going to actually happen? Either the police station is going to blow up, my house is going to get burned down, or that nigga going to get his cheeks spread. You know what I'm saying? Like the one who swatted me. The
Yeah.
only three options. Because here's the thing, your boy ain't getting shot. Okay,
Okay.
not getting shot because of three reasons. One is while I am black, I am also white. You know what I'm saying? Like what I'm saying is I'm a hood ass nigga. Okay, I'm a hood ass nigga, but I also stay lit. You know what I'm saying, with the homies and the stupid you know, the white people crap that they do where, you know, they seem normal as fuck so the cops don't mess with them. That I'm that and hood at the same time. So I ain't getting shot just yet. You know what I'm saying? No
Yeah.
racial profiling, which is respectable. And number two is The reason why the station is gonna get blown up is because that's what's gonna happen when I swat they ass. You know what I'm saying? Because if someone's gonna swat me and then tell my murked a nigga, which again could probably be very believable, because if you know me, you wouldn't be surprised, right? But at the same time, the cops know what's good. You know what I'm saying? Like that gang member from I forgot the name. I think it was Godfather. You know what I mean? That if you swat me or show up to my house with false accusation and no warrant, you know what I'm saying? That's the important part. No warrant. Your station is the thing that's gonna get dropped, not me. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, friends with the police, friendly, which is important. You know, got to be friendly with your community.
Yeah.
So if they fuck you up or curb stomp you without evidence, like they do with black people, you can get on the news and then completely fuck up everyone's career in that station. You know what I'm saying? Like, just go on the news, roast their cheeks, tell them they ain't got no warrant, and then social media suicide the shit out of them. You know what I'm
So
saying?
does Morocco have a lot of problems with racism?
No, no, surprisingly, no. I was just making a reference, to
Okay.
how black people always get shot first without even any evidence.
Well,
You know the thing, because I've actually
it's
seen a
because they
lot of
resist
people get
arrest. That's why they get shot statistically.
true, but at the same time, there's always that white nigga who's racist and shoots you first. You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I understand shooting first and then asking questions, right? And remember, below the waist is not attempted murder, so you get on that. You know what I'm saying? Don't murk niggas, but if you gotta shoot first, shoot below the waist. Don't go for the nuts, because that's fucking gay. Plus,
It's a
you don't want to shoot a nigga's nutsack off. Shoot
trick
his
shot.
legs off. Yeah, trick shot his legs
Bonus points
in
if
the
you
joint.
hit both at the same time.
What? Both joints?
No, two nuts with one bullet.
Then yeah, Anavultus has got that accuracy because he probably knows it from personal experience with every time
I
he shows up
actually on a
and shoots the
military
nutsack. I don't know
simulator I
why.
got on a military simulator I got a trick shot where I shot two guys with one bullet. But yeah,
Was it that sniper no scope? Was it the 360 no scope?
it was a no scope. Yes,
All right, just making sure you gotta have that respect on the name
it
and the
wasn't
skill
a
set.
sniper, but it was a no scope.
As for me personally, what I would do, right, is put on that curve shot. You know what I'm saying? Basically, right, hit it like that dab real quick on the side, and then take both his kneecaps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because when the guy got ashy kneecaps, you kneecap his ass. You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing. The only time, right? The only time where it's acceptable, at least for me, to shoot first and then ask questions later, is two occasions. Number one is when your ratchet ass friends pull that stupid prank. The ones where there ain't actual pranks, like lighting your friend's house on fire or lighting their bed on fire and seeing their reaction. That kind of stupid shit that people used to do for some weird reason. I don't know why people are gotten crazier nowadays.
yeah.
So that's the only time where you shoot your friends first and then ask questions. In fact, don't even ask because you already know they're going to do it first. So you shoot them first. And number two is if I'm stupid enough to go to a haunted location and I'm hearing something, you know what I'm saying? Then shoot everyone. Everyone, the cops, your friends, the people living there, the ghosts. Actually, no, I'm a dab on the ghosts. But besides those, shoot everyone else.
Yeah.
Never go to a haunted location with me. I will shoot you first and then shoot everything else that makes a noise, straight up. Because I don't want that tension, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the haunted
Also,
location.
also, I got one question for you.
Yeah.
It's not one of those because I already know what these thumbnails are. I'm referring to would you break dance with the ghost? Because I would do that if I had the option. I would totally do it.
Well, if there were a ghost
Like, I'll give you a
and
scenario, right? I'll give you a scenario.
okay,
You go to a haunted location, right? And nigga's creeping up on you, right? And you say, "What's up?" And he's like, "Why are you at my house?" So, like, you got two chances. You either win the dance battle and leave, or lose and get haunted. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna get attached to you for like a weekend or some shit. So, you do that. Like, if you got that option, would you do it? Would you breakdance with the ghost?
man,
Shooting him doesn't work,
I am
but
a
definitely breakdancing does.
I am a good dancer, man. I'm good at the freestyle.
Homie
I'm
is good at the freestyle. It
ultra
is
dank dance,
official.
man.
Ultra dank.
I've got
Not
lots
dank,
of
ultra dank.
I've got lots of strength and flexibility. So from my years of martial arts training, And yes, I am very well capable of doing some dank dance moves on the dance floor.
Okay, that's good to know. As for me, personally, I would totally do it, except there's a 50-50 chance of winning or losing. It just depends on whether or not it's called cheating, you know what I'm saying? Don't worry about it, I ain't cheating. But my dance moves may be cheating, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hit him with them dabs, them nays, the milli rocks, you know what I'm saying? It depends on the ghost, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Sometimes they call that bullshit dancing or dirty dancing, even though it's not sexually implied. So they might not count that. If they don't, then if they do, then there's a 50-50 chance. It depends on whether or not the nigga knows how to do the worm.
yeah.
You
I
know the thing
can.
where you go on a worm and then just kind of belly flop a little bit, right?
Yeah,
That and if he knows how to do the robot. I don't mean the actual robot. I mean the remix. You know, it's that remix. It's that dubstep, my boy. Straight up slow dance moves, except not ballroom dancing because that's too gay. You know.
yeah. What about ballet, man? I can do on point.
Okay, that ain't gay.
I can
That
go
is
on
not
point.
gay.
I can stand on the very tips of my toes.
That's good for you, mate.
Yeah, it doesn't
As for
impress
me,
anyone, but yeah.
ballroom dancing is only reserved for special occasions.
Okay.
Well, one of those occasions is when your friend is acting up and he needs some relief. By that I mean he's just stressed. You know, he needs some relaxed time. So you hit that breakdance on him. You know what I'm saying? It definitely worked before. Don't ask with who. It's just it worked. Well, that's all you need to know. Homie was acting sus. We break dance, and I broke his ankles. You know.
Yeah. So there was this DJ, and he was gonna get on the dance floor, get the dance floor lively, and I was pumped. I was getting ready to get on the dance floor, and then he suddenly announced that he was gonna have a Fortnite dance competition,
Oh
and
shit! I would have left real quick.
I left real quick. Yeah, that's what I did.
I would
I
have
was just
straight up
thinking,
dipped, nigga.
I I was pumped for
Look,
some freestyle moves, but
here's the
Fortnite,
funny thing.
no,
Here's the funny thing with
I
me.
don't
Here's
mess
the
with
funny
that.
thing. With me. Yeah, don't mess with that. Don't, especially not with females. But here's the thing with me. I have what I like to call a very specific system. Okay, by that I mean especially with dancing as well, where it's like I'm down with everything, but there are also some things you get the fuck out immediately. You ain't down with none of that sussness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Which my friends always find funny because a nigga who breakdance and ballroom dances with another nigga but can't do a Fortnite dance. You know what I'm saying? Like they always say, your boy, you lit, you keep it real, but your standards always whack. And then I hit him with that real shit where I'm like, that is true, but the scenario is what's important. You know, context, which is always what matters, because otherwise you'll just be called straight up gay. The context. I ballroom dance in specific situations and to calm a nigga down. But I don't do Fortnite because that's cringy.
yeah,
Except here's the thing: Fortnite is pure cringe. They ain't no love with it. It's just cringe.
yeah.
I mean, you 12-year-olds can do it, just not no twerking, please. I don't want to get more rape allegations. You can just do that, but on your own time, please. On your own time, don't invite me because I'll literally shoot you
Yeah.
before I actually go there.
Keep your
But
V
yeah,
bucks away from me.
yeah, keep your V bucks and your V ducks. You know what I'm saying? Keep them away because I would shoot first and ask questions later, which actually almost happened one time where I almost shot a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, should I shoot him first and then ask questions? And that was not a good situation.
Yeah,
Yeah, luckily I escaped, so we good.
yeah,
Just remember, always get warrants first. So when
yeah,
they after you, you got a way to run off.
yeah. I figured out that I wasn't actually allowed to conduct chemical weapons research without permission from the government, so I never
Well,
did it
it
then.
sounds like a normal thing that you should already know beforehand, but yeah, I guess I'll give you a leeway on that one.
Yeah, because I was
Uh,
actually thinking of doing a chemical gas weapon test
For what, nigga?
for YouTube,
Try to
man.
weaponize memes? Like
I
that
I
would probably
was
be inaccurate.
I was gonna do a chemical gas weapon test for YouTube, but
That
I
sounds like a good ass experiment. Except unlike the slow mo guys, the ones that do chemical experiments and stupid shit in slow motion, you're gonna need some context, which is
but
what for. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
I was gonna find this other person locally that I know that I had done videos with before, and we were gonna try to do some science videos. So
Science,
I was planning on
Bill
making
Nye the Science Faggot. Yes,
a the the science cuck. No, I was planning on making
that is
a
actual name.
no, it's not uh, a gas weapons test. Okay.
Okay, what's the chemical components? Because that's important.
Well, I wasn't sure exactly what I was gonna make, but I was gonna try to really do it in a very safe way. But of course, I would have
Uh,
done other
the funny
things
thing
before
is,
to
whenever
save
I
money
hear
to do that.
someone
But
say in a safe way, right? Whenever I hear someone say in a safe way, I'm like, how exactly? Because just like my friends, it's like me saying I'm gonna go kiss a nigga, but in the least gay way. There's no way you can make that non-gay. Like, there's no other types of context.
you wear
So how is it in
gas
a safe
mask,
way?
hazmat suits, and you do it in a controlled environment.
If
But
you're not making crack, it sounds like you're making crack.
no. I was gonna make something like sulfur mustard or something like that, and the and
Okay.
but then I realized, well, I shouldn't really go ahead with this project before I actually research whether it's legal for me to make that substance. And I found
Yeah,
out
because
that I
he'll make a
actually would
shot.
need permission from the government to do it. So I never ended up doing it, and I never made any progress towards doing it. And I'm saying this for legal purposes because I can actually go to prison for planning to do something. I didn't make any serious plans to do this. I was just
Same.
considering doing it, and then I researched and I found out the regulations, and I decided it would be too much hassle to try to get permission to do it, so I decided not to go ahead and do it. But
That's smart.
yeah,
That is a smart move. Let's just say from personal experience, right? Whenever you say you're gonna do some sus things, always keep it real. Okay, that's just a fact. You know what I'm saying? If I say I'm gonna go shoot up a place, I will tell you the location first. Also because I like a fair challenge, get prepared and then get spread. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't want just a weak ass nigga getting shot. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the funny thing about these situations. Everyone thinks they're OP until they forget they can just get shot and it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up. They keep forgetting that, white people. I should probably stop doing that.
yeah,
Especially on the internet, where especially the entitled people, even more, where they just assume they Gucci with everything and they get everything until they meet me and get shot first, and then ask questions,
yeah.
and then they forget how immortality works.
I
They're
also
just
thought
mortal,
that they
unlike me.
probably wouldn't give permission to create chemical weapons to some random guy. And just asking.
Yeah,
I can't imagine why they would give permission.
true, but let's just say, right,
Yeah.
that you might as well ask, because sometimes, right? Sometimes I've done similar shit, except not illegal. It wasn't chemical. It was just experimental shit. Don't ask with what. Where I did ask, not the police station, because remember it was a personal private investigation, so it was Gucci. It's just that unlike in the U.S., right? There's no real hate when you impersonate an officer if you're doing it right. You know what I'm saying? So technically, they were Gucci with it because remember, I'm Gucci with the cops, and they like a normal ass nigga that ain't trying to kill someone. You know what I'm saying? So if I keep it real and tell them all I'm doing is a private investigation just to make sure no one's getting shot, or I'm
Yeah.
shooting them if they are getting shot, then yeah, and they were Gucci with it. They're like, continue your investigation. Just remember, don't shoot anyone or we'll shoot you first afterwards, which was real. You know what I'm saying? Because if you break into a location, right? Let's say, I'll give you the scenario. I'm in a gunfight, right?
Yeah.
And then I call the cops to the location to give me some backup. And then they show up, right? But it's me already winning and the nigga's kneecapped straight up on the ground. Who do you think they're going to shoot first? You know what I'm saying? They're gonna shoot me first, straight up.
Yeah.
So always get warrants and actual permission first before kneecapping someone.
Yeah.
Because the cops can murk you, but I can't. It's just
Yeah.
need legal
I also
verifications.
did some research into possible transmission vectors for prion bioweapons. Um,
Looks like he's taking his little side project of a board game and making it real as shit.
do you know what a prion bioweapon is?
Uh, I I can't tell because I'm kind of no, but not really.
Okay.
Yeah, explain it. Explain it
So
further
a
so I can actually get
prion
some context. All right? Yeah.
uh, a prion disease is a disease in which a protein replicates itself, and continues to produce itself to the detriment of the person that has it inside them. So, for example, have you ever heard of mad cow disease?
I think I've heard about that. It
Yeah.
makes cow go crazy because remember, in farms they usually have that from time to time, especially with the whole bullshit that it could possibly be like make zombies if you humanize it, which I found is stupid because then everybody getting shot. You know what I'm saying? That we ain't about to get murked by no zombies, which is real. You know what I'm saying? You can't murk me with
Yeah,
zombies.
the
I'll be the
human
first to
version
murk
is
them.
called Creutzfeldt-Jakob's disease, but there's other prion diseases.
Please tell me Hitler made it.
No,
Please tell me he didn't.
no,
Okay, just good.
it's
Good to
never
know.
been
Good to know.
used as a chemical weapon, and or I mean a bioweapon, and I'll tell you why. But what ha- the thing that it does is it reproduces the protein, and it's a protein that's naturally made in the human body, but it's modified slightly so that it's not really useful, and it causes your body to mass produce this protein that eventually destroys the body and kills you. But then
Hmm.
the reason why mad cow disease spread is because at the time in the British cattle industry, they had a practice of taking the dead cows and then turning them into food for the other cows.
Taking cannibalism a whole different direction,
And
bro. Like, word?
and that means that now the proteins that were causing that were mass replicating in the dead cow now go into the new cows that are living, and since it's the exact same protein going into the same animal, it causes the same problem. And then those cows get the mad cow disease and they go insane and they die. And then the cycle repeats, and then people were getting it, and it was causing that problem to people to some extent, not a lot. And there's a similar problem in a tribe in New Guinea where they have a practice of eating part of a brain of their dead elders,
God
and because
damn it,
of
why am I
that,
not surprised?
a disease developed where the people would eat that, then they would die from the disease, and then other people would eat it and they would catch the disease and die. Now the problem
Wait,
with
wait, so is it like cannibalism
uh,
plus retardation? They're murking themselves
what
on
I'm saying
purpose.
is
Is that
the
what I'm
only
getting at?
real way to spread the disease is to ingest the protein in some way.
So if you're
So
dumb enough to actually get it, is what you're saying. Like,
so you
you're more
have
than.
to eat something that is infected with it. So
God damn it, people.
so that
Stop being
means
retarded, please.
that that's really the only way to spread it, and that's why it's generally considered not useful as a bioweapon, even though Creutzfeldt-Jakob's disease has a 100% lethality rate and is incurable. There's no way to cure it. If you
Just
get
like
it
retardation, but
and
there's legit no way. Because people go out of their way to be retarded right now. I'm
if you
not
get
surprised,
it and
bro.
the symptoms manifest, you're pretty much guaranteed to die.
Yeah, it sounds about right. Let's
Yeah.
be real.
So
God
the
damn it,
one
man.
problem for bioweapons is how do you spread it? Because it's not like other diseases where people cough and it can be transmitted that way, or it might go into the water supply or into the air. It doesn't actually work that way with prion diseases. So what you'd
Well,
have to
at
do
least that's a good thing, you know? Can't
is
get it to spread that quickly
you would
just yet.
somehow have to affect a large amount of food supply that the enemy has and have it all go into effect at the same time, otherwise they'll notice it's coming. and and that's how you would have to do it. Either that, or you could maybe use vaccinations to infect
Oh,
people.
God damn it. Fuck. No wonder the anti-vax are back. God damn it.
But
Those people have been annoying me last week, man.
there you
Here's
go.
the thing. You remember when I told you, right?
Yeah,
We make our own medicine, right?
yeah,
Now, I'm not saying we don't believe in vaccinations. It's just, it's very specific. You know what I'm saying? Because most vaccinations, right? They need to be the disease that can only be vaccinated. You know what I'm saying? Like if the chicken pox, maybe the cold, or you know what I'm saying? We usually do the Viking way of getting rid of it, where we just kind of, tough it out. And whoever can't just needs a little bit of an extra push, like some medicine to calm them down,
yeah,
like some Viagra or some
yeah.
shit. No, no,
Viagra.
wrong. Wrong medicine. God damn it. This is why
Speaking
you
of
be too
Viagra,
sus, bro.
the other day
What?
I thought of a really really cruel and mean way to kill someone. Okay.
Oh, damn. Okay, just make sure it's not me. Because
Okay.
I ain't going out yet. You know what I'm saying? You ain't kicking my ass
All
just
right.
yet, bro.
So this is probably a very mean thing to do, and probably one of the meanest things you could ways to kill people. What you do is you give them a Viagra
Yeah.
so that they get affected by the Viagra, and then you cut it off, and
Wait, what? What?
because they've got the Viagra, the blood vessels are fully dilated, which means that they
God
bleed to
damn it.
death from the wound.
Really?
Yeah,
Really, my nigga?
I never
Where?
would recommend anyone to kill someone that way, but I just thought that'd
Look,
be a
look,
pretty
look, look,
weird
look,
way to go.
look, look, look. Here's the
Yeah,
thing.
it's not a sex thing.
Are you sure about that? And I was saying,
I'm sure
like,
it's not
here's
a
the
sex
thing.
thing.
Here's the thing. The only time, and by the way, I'm pretty sad because you told me that because I'm pretty sure the other people heard it, and now I'm fucked. Because here's the thing. The only people that will use that method, right, are females that you cheat on. So yeah, speaking of that,
That's actually how I got inspired by that. I heard that someone had done this.
oh,
Not that
they've
they
done
gave
that.
him the Viagra, that they chopped off a man's penis, and I thought if it's fully dilated, then it'd be a good chance to bleed to death because there's a
Well,
lot of
that's
blood
one
vessels.
way. That's one way to wake up like this. You know what I'm saying? That just I woke up like this.
But
That's one
the
hell
guy
of a
that I
way.
heard about, he actually had it reattached. So
Word, nigga? Like word? Really? You couldn't just get a new one?
no, he didn't get a new one. They found it. The woman had run away with it, and she
Yeah,
had
yeah, I
thrown
know.
it out.
I know which story you're talking about. That's why I said word, nigga. You can just get a new one. Leave the woman who literally took your dick, and ran with it.
Yeah,
Just leave it.
and
You know what I'm
she
saying?
threw it out her car window. So the
Yeah.
police sent out a search party to find it, and they found
Yep.
it, and they managed to reattach it. Uh, so
That's one hell of a way to get your dick back. Straight up.
yeah,
God damn it. Why? Here's the thing. I'm never surprised by these situations because females be crazy, okay? Especially here. Don't never, okay? Here's I'm gonna give you Moroccan facts, okay?
yeah,
All right? Never cheat on a female here. Never, okay? Don't. Just don't. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Because if you do, that dick situation is the least of your problems. Here, I'll give you a scenario. Number one of how females be screwing you over here, right? Number one, right, is that they marry you, okay? Number
Okay,
two, they ain't giving you no puss. You know what I'm saying? None of it. And number three is that they get that divorce and they have your shit, which is important to know. And number four, not only are they cutting off your dick, but they cheated on you with all your homies, all of them, straight up, all of them. And number four, I think it was four or five, right? After all of that, you know what's gonna happen?
yeah.
After she cuts your dick off, she'll leave and then marry a rich nigga. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. And then afterwards, the best part, in my opinion, guess what?
What?
I mean, usually this situation is only in the hood, but yeah, that child support. You know what I'm saying? She's not only, right, gonna get you that child support. By that I mean have the kid with that guy and make you pay child support, right? Not only gonna do that, but also gonna put you up for rape allegations and assault. You know what I'm saying? And what's worse is that if you got her pregnant, you're fucked. You ain't getting no kids. You're paying double child support, and also, in a worser part, you probably gonna get imprisoned for rape allegations plus pedophilia, my nigga. Like, straight up. And no, I'm not speaking from personal experience. And yes, I actually did see that happen before. Just two different ass niggas who've been cheating. You know what I'm saying? So just heed your boy's warning and don't. You know, it's very simple. Don't stick your dick in crazy. Don't cheat on crazy females. And don't give her the good D, okay? Because if you do, she is stuck with you for life, and you are fucked if you mess that up. So yeah, just make sure you don't do that.
Okay.
Again, not speaking from personal experience, but holy shit, does that happen? It's the realest advice I've ever gotten, and it is the most terrifying advice, and why I don't fuck with females. Literally, nigga, like why I don't mess with females, because they be doing crazy. Because there's the thing, with
Yep.
guys, right?
Yep.
They either yell, feel heartbroken, or fist fight you. With females, they somehow make it worse. Like you would assume, right, that males are the ones that shoot you, or maybe break your shit, or maybe take your Xbox. But nah, compared to that, females are way worse, my nigga. Like any homie or any real nigga would tell you, he would rather fist fight 20 people than deal with his girl or get his dick chopped off, and that's just real. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah. So yeah, make sure to not do that. Again, you might be screwed over afterwards. It is very high likely.
Yeah. High
Yep,
likely
high likely.
is
Like,
likely.
well, yep, high likely is likely, and you're probably screwed over, straight
Yep.
up. Because here's the funny thing: females are the best actresses. You want to know why?
Why?
Because they can always put on that immediate resting bitch face and that crying face. This is why I always ask, no more rape allegations, because it's legit the first thing they're going to charge you with. They're going to literally put on that, what I like to call the old woman act, where they just frame you for all sorts of shit, cry about it the entire time, and because of, usually rape happens the other way around, right?
Yeah.
They immediately get the child support and the kids. You know what I'm saying? You can't even fight against that half the time. And when you do, you literally got to make sure you're the whitest, straightest, and probably the most homeboyish guy in the planet just to get equal representation. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're black, yeah, that's even less likely you're getting the kids, bro. Straight up. Again, not speaking from personal experience, but definitely know a homie who had that. Yeah, he fucked up. Ghettos. No, don't date females from the ghettos. Don't trust me. You don't want it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want it. They all ratchet. They all ratchet. It's one of those things, right? Where one of my friends, who actually got dumped by a female who was dating, but again, this is the ghetto, so you only dated her for 2 weeks. Was like, he's like, hey, you got a female? I was like, no. He's like, you gay? He's like, no. He's like, you might want to switch. Now, this is before I became, making all the gay quotes. It's like, you might want to switch. I was like, why? He's like, because they're all bitches and ghetto. And he was like, you know what? You ain't lying. And if I meet one, I'm just going to straight up tell her I'm gay. Which, again, worked very well. I recommend it, except you got to go all the way with it. You know what I'm saying? You can't just say you're gay and not act gay. But for me, all my homies believe it because I act like it. You know what I'm saying? I will straight up kiss a nigga.
Yeah.
For no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, here's the thing. You want to know what's the best level of friendship, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, keep sending me links, my nigga. You want to know what's the best level of friendship, right?
Yeah.
Is the one that you can have with me. Okay, what the fuck is this?
All
Please
right.
tell me it's not more JoJo's references. I
It
swear to
is a
God.
JoJo. Just tell me what you think of that.
What? All I see is a stand, or I don't know. The picture is only halfway through. I don't see the fist. I don't see anything.
All right.
I don't get it.
All right.
Send me better memes. Damn it! You're supposed to be the meme lord. So like I said, don't mess with the females, and definitely have a gay best friend on the side. He is the best side nigga and the best wingman. And I speak from experience, my nigga.
So what do you think this stand is?
Wait, hold up. Wait, you mean the one that's halfway through?
Yeah, that
Uh,
one.
I don't know. I think it's the main character stand. Maybe. Maybe the side character. Maybe the Dio guy. I don't know.
Uh,
Why? Why?
it is the main character's stand. Yes.
Okay, good. I got that correct. Thank God.
But the question you should have
Yeah, is whether or not he's doing some sus things or something like that.
is what is it about that stand? What does the stand do?
Punches people very hard. Probably.
Good, you got it, man.
I mean, let's be real. That's
Yeah.
the first thing you do anyway. So, I
There
ain't
you
even
go.
mad at it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just a little test. Just a little test.
For what? To see whether or not I know a JoJo's reference? You can't run away from those, especially the gay ones. Legitimately, especially with the guy with the magnets. I've been seeing a lot of memes, gay JoJo memes, because that's what I look up. Don't ask why. Of the magnet guy, where they had a fight against the dude who uses magnets, because that was his stand's ability. And he put him in
Magnets.
all sorts of gay situations, which again, I actually straight up respected, because that nigga was getting it. The getting was good, which I found very funny. Oh yeah, that was a very funny
Yeah,
situation.
I
Those
know
guys
that one.
screwed
Yeah,
over, literally screwed over, which is always a preferable situation to be in.
yeah.
Personal experience every time.
Personal,
Yep.
personal experience.
Hey,
Personal.
hey, let's just say I'd rather be gay than straight.
Why?
Uh, they can have you not been listening to the last 30 minutes of my rant on
All right.
females?
I heard you. I heard you.
So, like, that's legit half the reason why. And the other half is, JoJo. So you can always find some thick females, but you can never really find some thick males. So when you do find them, respect. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry, I do not have thick male friends because if I did, they'll probably be gay as well. So I did not want that. So I was not with it. I was not down with that level of
Yeah.
sus. Yeah, my friends were a bit too enthusiastic. That's all you need to know.
A bit too sus.
Kind of. Here's the thing: a lot of people, right over here, right,
Yeah.
don't know the gay. You know what I'm saying? They don't know that it's a thing. Because remember, only in the U.S. where this became such a fucking news outlet style problem, and people had to legalize the shit out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like they had to fight for it to be legalized. You know what I'm saying? And here, it goes one of two ways: either it's not in our religion, so we don't give a fuck, or it's one of those things that just happens half of the time. Because remember, usually, but like in the 90s and shit, people
Yeah.
were only allowed to marry females and then females marry males. So now half of the population became kind of gay at this point. Everyone was like, okay, you can't really hate on a nigga for being gay. I mean, he ain't fucking with you, thank God. So, like, let him fuck someone else. Straight up. That's my logic. Hey, if he ain't getting no D next to me, he can get it to whoever he wants, as long as it's not me. Because I'm not down with that level of sus. So, again, I just kind of let him, do your thing. So, because of that, right, people here were Gucci with it. Unlike in the US, where people have to fucking fight for the rights, here you show up, say you're gay, it's like, so, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is why I keep saying retards a lot because that's what I feel like half of the US is nowadays. Again, not hating, but definitely hating because some of y'all niggas, you know what's up. You know what I'm saying? You can't hate it. You know you're fucking retarded. You know what I'm saying? Half of you legit have rants for no reason. And unlike me, who at least is funny, most of them have pointless gay fights. You know, the ones where you kind of fight for gay rights and then against gay rights, but don't make an argument. Instead, all you want to say is because it's not in the Bible, which is, let's be real, is a very weak argument unless that's what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like people here are very religious. So when they pull out that it's not in the Bible or the Quran, right? It
Yeah.
seems like a reasonable debate because remember, most of them are very old and very religious and been following their religion for decades. Now I'm saying like most of my family members, the ones that are over 70 years old, have been doing this for 50 to 60 years. So when they pull out that Bible card, you know it's getting real, you know what I'm saying? So you kind of hear them out. But at the same time, if all they're spewing is racist shit, then nah. Especially with the whole thing like people who are gender fluid or people who are transgender, for me, I'm always Gucci with it, which helps and is kind of a bad thing
Wait.
because,
So let me
yeah,
get
what up?
it. Let me get it straight. What you're saying here? You're saying that these people that talk about the Bible, that their argument is invalid because
No,
they.
no, not that, not that, not that. You got it wrong. You got it wrong. What I mean is that most of the arguments or quote unquote arguments, right, that I've heard
Yeah.
of why people are against gay marriage or against the gays, right, are exactly like the religious ones, where the only like the debuttal or what is it called? The word fuck I fucked that up. The whole argument and the bottle they have against why it's good or bad, right? It's very subjective because it's only to their religion. You know what I mean? I'll give you an example, right? Let's just say we have a gay couple, right? And they're at a restaurant, right? they're openly gay about their relationship and just kind of go Gucci with it. By the way, they're both guys because why not? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So they're on the restaurant, and this is the thing I've seen, right? Where it's similar to females wearing the hijab, which is the thing that females wear in my country, right?
Yeah.
Where they're open with it, they're out in public, they're wearing it, and some people get that. This is why I say the retards again. That they get offended by it. You know what I'm saying? The kind of people that are offended that you are willing to express yourself without their permission, which is why I keep calling it fucking retarded because it's not your shit. You know what I'm saying, bro? So yeah, like it's a lot like that where people the main argument or rebuttal they have for why you shouldn't be openly gay is just that because they prefer not to have it. You know what I mean?
Okay. But
Do you get my argument at least?
so are you saying that it's because the religion is subjective?
No, what I'm saying is, right, if you're gonna hate on it, right, make your arguments better than just a subjective reasoning based argument. You know what I mean?
Well,
Because remember, what I was referring to earlier in the story was how that unlike the US, right, where you had to fight for gay rights and gay marriage, right?
yeah.
In here, it's acceptable by default. Like you didn't have to fight for your rights; you just were just given to them by default. Because again, it's one of those things where it's common sense. Why hate on someone just because there aren't like you? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what we see it like. You know what I'm saying? This is why a lot of people, right, especially with the whole ISIS crap, say that Morocco or the country of Islam in general, right, is both very peaceful but also very prejudiced against women, minority groups, and black people. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that why it's so left and also so right. You know what I'm saying? Like those political things where it's so good but so bad at the same time. Just clearing that up. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
explaining why, at least as far as my experience goes, why it's a pointless fight. You know what I'm saying? Here, I'll give you a better example. I was out one day, right? Not in the ghettos this time, just in the neighborhood. I was walking around, going to my local coffee shop with my homies. We met a couple of English-speaking people that were in the U.S. That don't worry, they weren't immigrants, thank God. They were actually just on the road here to visit the country, right? And they told me that, hey, this country looks very pretty. Uh, we didn't know it was like this. You know what I'm saying? Because more often than not, just like with the whole Trump thing, when they hear in the news that it's such a, black, Mexican style country, they assume it's either all the ghettos or all ISIS. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when they asked me that it was such a completely different way than what they actually saw in the news, I explained to them that yes, while the stuff you see in the news is kind of accurate, it's also very subjective because just like with the black people, just because one person shoots up a school doesn't mean all black people are shooters. You know what I'm saying? Same with the religious thing, where just because your Bible says don't be gay doesn't mean that being gay is just overall a bad thing. You know what I'm saying?
But
So, yeah, go ahead, go
but
ahead.
so you're saying that the religious opinions are subjective.
I'm saying that most of what I've seen is very subjective because just like with sheltered people, the only arguments they can bring. Here, I'll give you an example. Whenever someone religious shows up to me, right, and they talk about their religion, I hear them out. But every time they try to rebuttal of why being gay is bad, because remember, me and my friends are like gay as fuck, and we're open with gay friends. We have some gay friends. We have people that are overall good. You know what I'm saying? Like we're open with everything. So when they meet a transgender person who's in our group, maybe a gay lord like me, maybe see two guys making out in the street and are disgusted by it, we always try to ask them, just like with YouTube comments, explain why you're mad, or at least explain your side of why you think this should be abolished. The kind of thing, the leftist, rightist, whatever the fuck your political system is, where a lot of people just get angry over other people's opinions. The thing. I keep forgetting its name because it's very different from what your news tells me and what's actually happening. You know what I'm saying? Because I read and see a lot of American news. That's the main news network I follow. The whole gay rights movement, the whole LGBT, and the whole Black Lives Matter crap. The
Yeah.
reason why I follow it is because it's very interesting because it actually expands on my point of view of why I see most of these fights as pointless. Now remember, The main reason why these fights are pointless to me is because just like here, I told you in that situation, most of the people here, at least 95%, right? At least not the fanatic religious people, right? Are very open to just about every minority group and just about every form of person. Because we believe, right, that we're brothers and sisters in both religion and life. We're human, basically. So we don't hate on you just for identifying as a helicopter or some shit. Hell, the most we'll do is just laugh because that sounds very funny and weird, like the furry community, but it's again harmless. It's just your opinion and what you like to do. So we give you our opinion. I'm not giving a shit. But again, most people, just like with the whole you can't tell people their opinions are wrong type of situation, you can't tell them they're wrong. That's why I ask you always shoot first and then ask questions. Because again, whenever I meet a person, right, and I tell them, give me your arguments, they always give me that screeching re type of argument where the only reason they hate gay people is because it's not very, like, well, let's just say made to their perfection or their standards. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not made to be like what they want it to be like. You know what I'm saying? Where it's only females who are gay, only half of the people should be gay, or they shouldn't be open to being gay, or gay guys can't get married. You know, that type of situation. And this is why I say it's subjective. It's not because it's always subjective. It's more accurate that 90% of the people are just using it because it appeals to them. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of tell I'm being a little bit biased, but that's only because these people are really retarded to me. You know what I mean? Whenever I give them an argument and fight them, just like with YouTube comments, they just screech and tell me I'm wrong, but they don't explain why I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying?
But when someone makes a religious
Good argument?
argument, do you,
Oh, yeah, that one.
do you
Yeah,
think
hold
that
on.
that's a subjective argument?
Yes, but that's actually only to very specific people. Because remember, just like I said, with family members, a lot of them have been doing this for 60 to 70 years. So when you follow a religious book that tells you being gay is wrong, and then all of a sudden your son or friends of your kid are all fucking gay as shit, you kind of just come out of nowhere and they're like, what the fuck is going on type of situation. You know what I'm saying, bro? So, yeah. But again, whenever I argument with these people, they always give me kind of because it's not in the Bible. Here's the thing. I don't hate that that's your argument. I hate that you can't add anything besides that. This is kind of one of those reasons why, whenever I hear religious people, I always think it's bias. Because, again, most of them, right, follow the book so much that that's all they know. Just like with people and YouTube reviewers, they follow them so much and their opinion on what a show is like so much that they make that their argument. You know what I'm saying? That they literally can't think for themselves and instead just think what the moral high ground or what's more accurately known as like the other people think situation. The thing where because it's subjectively thought of as this or this, then it's always got to be right or wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll link you to a YouTuber I've seen who actually I like her content and she makes a lot of the same things that I like to do with these kinds of people. So I'll link you to that later.
Yeah,
Actually, I'll just give you a link right now. Um, yeah, yeah.
because
Go ahead. Tell me
for
your side
example,
of the
I
story.
don't think that religious opinions generally necessarily have a subjective quality to them. They might be subjective, but I don't think that they have a subjective quality in the sense that
True.
I don't think that religious claims are necessarily subjective. And by that I mean, if you are a follower of a certain religion, then I would expect you to believe that the religion is true. And
Yeah,
that
that's true.
is in itself an a statement that has an objective quality to it.
Yeah,
So,
this is actually why I always hear people out whenever they make these kinds of arguments, because I always like to see what their perspective is. You know what I'm saying? And one of the reasons why, unlike entitled people, I always hear them out no matter what their argument is, or no matter how much of a bias it actually is. Because remember, if you're willing to follow a religion for like 60 years and believe it to be right, then you're dedicated as fuck and respect. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna hate you for it. But I always ask that, hey, make it more than just that. Add like a little bit of your own opinion to it. You know what I'm saying? But most of them, right, just like with praying, it's always the same unless it's like a little bit of a sprinkle of how you do it. Like only some people do it slightly differently, but more often than not, it has the same core
Yeah,
mechanics.
I,
At
I
least
do
as
have
far as
to
I can tell.
I do have to
Yeah, what
agree
up?
with that in essence, because the for example, in the U.S., where the most arguments against homosexuality, there's two different kinds. There's kinds that develop from a sociological study, and then there's the religious kind. Um,
Yeah.
and
Most of them are the religious kind, at least the ones I've met. Mainly because they assume that Islam is not pro-religion or not pro-gay, but when it is, or more accurately, when they don't give a fuck, people are surprised. Because here's the thing with the U.S. I don't hate the fact that everyone has an opinion. I hate the fact that they always gotta either hear out someone's opinion, even if it's wrong, or you always gotta have one. Because remember, in most political fights, or at least to me, if I were a political party member, or if I participated in a political argument, right? Most of my points and most of my argument is exactly like this, where I either don't give a single fuck or I'm pro with it no matter what it is. But apparently, just like with fucking retards that I meet on the way home, most of it is not an answer. That's actually why I kind of put on a little bit of a rant. Because for me, it's always kind of retarded. Again, I will put the word retard on it. Where if I told you that I don't care and I don't have an opinion, then it's not supposed to be taken seriously. But if you have an opinion and all it is religious, then it's taken seriously. That's a bit of a bias I've had with these people. Where if we're in an argument, right, or a debate, I'll give you an example: a political debate on whether or not you should be pro Black Lives Matter or something like that, right?
yeah,
I would say that Black Lives Matter, obviously they do, and you shouldn't just murk niggas for no reason. You shouldn't just let cops murk black people because of the color of their skin. You know what I'm saying? Maybe shoot them if they resist arrest, like you said, but not just shoot first. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of what my argument is going to be like. But because I'll just tell them that either it's a yes or no answer, or in the middle, which is what I usually pick, or it's up to you, they'll just kind of, it's the same thing as saying no comments in a news anchor. That means whatever they write is going to be the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's up to them to write your actual fact when you don't make an opinion. That's actually the reason why I have a bias with these people. Because whenever I give them my opinion, which is no opinion, then they always take it whatever direction they want to be. But whenever I criticize their opinion, they always say it's wrong and you shouldn't criticize their opinion because they have one. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of those things where I'll give you an example. Let's say Hitler, right? You say Hitler is objectively bad, but I show up and say, well, not really, because we know the whole story, and maybe you should look at it at a different angle. But because I suggested we do something different and one just said objective fact, he's right and I'm wrong because of the political party, or more accurately, because of the moral high ground, where you can't morally tell someone they're wrong, and if someone's subjectively evil or good, then you can't criticize them because of it. At least as far as I can tell. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's all I gotta say, really.
yeah. I
Hmm.
see.
I
Because
mean, to be honest, a lot of this is exactly what I say when it's not really a problem to me, but it is something that takes me off whenever I hear about the news lately. Like, you know what I'm saying? I read the news, at least the New York Times or something like that, for fun. But whenever I hear something like LGBT rights, Black Lives Matter, the gay marriage movement, or some shit, I always cringe because I'm like, again, why do you need to fight over these things if you could just give them to them for free? You know what I'm saying? Maybe this is an unpopular opinion. Maybe I'm just too sheltered, too publicly correct, or too entitled to think that people shouldn't fight for their rights. They should just have them because I want them to have them. But again, that if that was the actual case, then I would be no better than those guys who just believe their opinion is right because of the moral high ground. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, let's be realistic. It is a bit subjective, mainly because for me, I didn't have to suffer through actually fighting through any rights. I was just given to them by default. But again, because I was given to them by default, that also makes me appreciate having them and, going towards people that don't. Be like, hey, why should you fight? Why not just give them the same thing? This is actually a funny thing, right? Where it's a lot like, the whole situation where men and women weren't treated equally and females weren't allowed to work men style jobs, and instead we're just putting that in the homes. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Yeah. Uh, Actually, I've heard on the news the other day, or like legit just last night, that just now, right? A woman made, I think, a book or at least a report on new ways for women to get hired and work. And I was happy. I was like, yes, females are finally getting better jobs. But then when I heard her argument, guess what it was?
What was it?
It was just like the feminist thing. Her entire argument was just because females didn't get paid as much as men, I'm making a new program where you should respect women and literally give them equal paid jobs. And
Well,
that's where I face palmed. You know
yeah,
why? Because I was like, bitch, what the fuck do you mean? You know what I'm saying? Like that was already a thing. And here's the thing: just like with YouTube popularity and how some people can just make one thing and then blow up out of nowhere, it's a lot like that. Where apparently she's the first to think of this and gotten permission to be on the news to talk about her new project, even though, bitch, again, it was already a fact. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Which I always find it funny. It's like one of those things that you always want to have, but only think about it in your own mind. Like we always wanted equal rights. We always wanted Black Lives Matter. We always wanted gay people to be equal. But then because no one spoke up until now, it was never a fact. You know what I'm saying? Like you needed a woman. This actually pissed me off. You needed a woman to speak out, make a book to give you equal rights. Like only then would you listen. And then I was like, bitch, word? Like, is this what's good in the news anchors nowadays? Just now that you hear, this is why I think that the entire thing was just fucking ads. You know what I'm saying? Another thing where they just made it for views or AdSense or some shit on the news. I don't know how the news works. You get the idea. But it's like literally just for publicity.
yeah.
Because I was actually dumbfounded. I was like, there is no way that this bitch actually became popular for saying something that not only was already a fact, but we all think it. You know what I'm saying? We all thought of it. But because apparently she's the first to publicly speak of it, which again is fucking retarded. Because I'm like, millions of people already spoke about it. It's already a golden rule. But apparently, because she's the most, it's like Trump's situation, or because he's the first one who talked about it, all of a sudden he's the meme lord. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like other people didn't. It's just that they didn't have as many connections and posted the ad everywhere like he did. You know what I'm saying? This is
Yeah.
what happens when you have good publicity. You know what I'm saying? All you need to do was put your ad everywhere, and apparently you're the first. Even though 50 other people did the same shit, it's just they only posted it in one country. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be doing weird shit, man. I mean,
Yes.
what's your opinion on equal rights for females? I always think it's retarded because I'm like, bitch, that's a fact. Why do you need to fight it? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think that in the when it concerns business, I think it's fine for men and women to have equal rights. I think, in fact, that's economically useful because it allows employers more opportunities
I mean,
as to
that's
who they
true.
can hire. And maybe there might be a man who's better for a certain job or a woman who's better for a certain job, and actually being able to hire these people is good. However, I think nowadays, I think that this equality has been fully achieved, not just politically, but also in society as well. But still,
Yeah.
nevertheless, there's the radical feminists who think that because people have equal rights, they should also have equity or an equality in how much they have and how much they earn, when it's already been legislated by the law that they should have equal pay for the same work.
Yeah. This
But
is literally, yeah, let
yeah,
me say something real quick.
yeah,
This is actually why I was so dumbfounded when that woman talked. And I swear to God, you must have been a feminist because there was no way. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the true sheltered life. When you assume you're the first, you know what I'm saying? Like, you straight up think you're the
because
first to ever thought of it.
I think
And yeah, go ahead.
the sign of equality in society is, number one, the law, and number two, the way people treat each other. But what they think is that everyone has to be equal in every way. And I don't think
Yeah,
that
this is
that's
actually
good.
why I hate
Not only on an
feminists.
economic level, it would be very bad economically for everyone to be equal, but it also would be bad on a societal level, because there does, I think it's beneficial in society that there are some people who do better than others and that people get rewarded for good work. rather than being equal with everyone.
True. And here's actually my opinion on a certain topic when it comes to the whole feminist thing and treating women equally, right? Just like in the U.S., this is actually a thing in Morocco, where some females, right, don't get treated equally, and some females do get treated equally. But because it's like jumbled up, you know what I'm saying? Like some get treated equally, some don't. Just like with the feminist thing, they assumed it was a political problem and had to kind of issue a fight with it. You know what I'm saying? The kind where you kind of had to make it political. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And here's the thing: whenever me and my dad like we watch the news, it always comes on 12. We always watch the evening news, and whenever we see something like this, we always die laughing because remember, you want to know why? It's
Why?
always it's always over sexualized, bro, and it's always retarded. Here's the thing: this is why I call a lot of it retards because here's the thing: all of the news anchors they do that pub listening thing where the females are dumb but hot. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up. And here's why. Because as far as we can tell, none of them actually know what the fuck they're talking about. All they know is just like with the BuzzFeed and shit, is the latest news and maybe some article made by some jackasses that women aren't being treated equally. It's a fact. It was on the news, so it must be real. You know the thing where just because one article was made, it just means it has to be realistic or it actually is a problem. So they just start doing the stupid thing where they take it as fact. Now, here's the thing where it's always funny. Just like with dumb retards, they never back it up, which is why I always add my own opinion. You know what I'm saying? This is one of the reasons, or at least key factors, of why me and my homies, right, are always accepting. You wanna know why? Because of situations like these, where people literally never know what they're talking about or don't ever back it up with anything, like evidence. You know what I'm saying? Because what makes an opinion truly credible is when you actually have evidence behind it.
Yeah.
But again, your only evidence is a blockbuster what was it called? You know the comic. I forgot the names because I get so mad that I keep forgetting my lines. Where it's one of those things, right? Where the only evidence they have is an article made by one feminist or one woman speaking on how her husband beat her. You know what I'm saying? Like one of those where you swear to God, just like Reddit posts, half of it is made the fuck up, like straight up. And whenever I actually talk to news anchors or maybe just a person in general and tell them to back up their evidence, guess what they tell me? They have one of three responses. Number one is just like me, they don't give a fuck because they know the news is corrupt and they stopped caring. Because remember, it's YouTube nowadays and Netflix. Who watches the news anymore? Let's be real. I only ever watch it for lols. I don't actually watch it seriously because half the people don't have no jobs anymore, which is funny because they deserve to get fired for being retarded. By that I mean genuinely feeding you fake information and being dumb about how the way the world works. You know what I'm saying? Sheltered ass niggas. So no, that is the first option where people stop caring because I mean your boy got Netflix. Why the fuck do you need to watch the news? And number two is most of them do that thing where because it's on the news and the news airs every single day with like breaking news. We have new shit on Fox News. They always take it as either a fact or zero fact. And here's where the bias comes in. Because most of it is political, let's be real, all of it is political and half of it is religious based on what argument they're using, you can either be pro 100% or deny it 100%. It's like abortion in a way. Some people are pro abortion and some people are completely against it. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
vaccinations. Like here's the thing. For me, vaccinations, abortions, and gaylords are all the same pile of shit. By that I mean they're the same type of argument. They're just baseless rumors on how people should act and whether or not you should be pro 100% or negative 100%. You know what I'm saying? Like, here's why I always ask for better opinions. Because whenever I meet them, and this ain't a lie, because straight up, let's be realistic, this is 90% of the people you meet online, or at least in general, where whenever you ask them to clarify their arguments, they always give you either I'm pro 100% or I'm negative 100%. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll give you a situation I've been in. It was actually, let's be realistic and let's say, oh yeah, it was last week. All right,
Okay.
about a week ago. You know what I'm saying? You be tweaking hell. So about a week ago, right, I met this female, right, who was actually was talking about equal rights for females. You know, this was a week ago. And she told me my opinion or my stance on the matter of should women have equal rights and should women not have equal rights. And guess what I told this chick? Try and guess.
I don't know.
Come on, you don't pick up any
Uh,
signs from this entire topic
you
we've
already
had?
have equal rights, or what? What did you say?
Uh, well, I said three things. Number one was I told her, "What's your opinion on equal rights?" And she gave me, which was actually very proud of it, one of the most realistic answers. She told me that, listen, as far as I'm concerned, women and males are equal, except maybe biologically. You know what I'm saying? We have different organs, and different muscle strains, and different productive systems. But besides that, we're equal in brain power. We're equal in speed and smartness. We're equal in literally emotions and everything else. So there's no real difference. She was actually, by the way, gender fluid. By that I mean she's pro gender fluid people. Not she wasn't gender fluid, but she was pro with them. You know what I'm saying? She was like, people can be guys and girls how whenever they want, how many times they want. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So for her, personally speaking, from her perspective, people were just equal by default. Like there was no reason to have a spectrum. Unlike the fucking idiots that are like, I identify as a pan or a helicopter or an Apache helicopter, right? For her, she was like, I identify as a human. And because of that, right, I believe that we're all human. You know what I'm saying? There's no real reason to be called a female or male. Sure, you should be called that if that's your gender. You know what I'm saying? Like politically speaking, if you're a male, you should write male on your resume and shit. But besides that, emotionally at least, you can identify as whatever you want and it's your decision. Basically, she was of the mindset that if it doesn't include me, it doesn't hurt me or anyone else, then you can do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? Like closet faggots or something like that. You can be in the closet and do whatever the fuck you want, or come out and do whatever you want. Just don't involve anyone else. Which the reason why I actually liked it is because it's a lot of what I do. I'm very spastic and very open, but at the same time, I keep it real. If you ain't pro gay, then it doesn't mean we ain't friends. It just means like, okay, I won't be acting gay in front of you because that does make people feel awkward sometimes. Speak from personal experience, Let's just say acting like a complete gaylord and ball dancing works, except when ball isn't life. So you know what I'm saying? So yeah. So I was like, well, for her personally, it was Gucci with everything. And then she told me about the feminist thing. I told her, okay, that's actually good. I'm a very much like you when it comes to the political spectrum and stuff like that. I told her, what do you think of the feminists? And she told me one of the more realistic answers. She told me that feminists are a lot like Nazis. Not in the fact that they're evil or anything. It's more like because their leader, or more actually the first branch of fucking, feminists, the one that actually fought for women's rights and wanted equality, right?
Yeah.
The first feminist, the one that actually was in a realistic movement and was about women being treated equally. When it was actually like a reasonable group of people fighting for women's rights.
Yeah.
Back then, when it was that, it was good. But afterwards, after females got treated equally, it just evolved into like a fucking Discord chat or a forum. They'd start accepting all sorts of new people and all sorts of different members and shit, that the actual message either already got finished, so they just started spewing whatever the fuck they wanted, or it got so corrupted by different opinions that just became nothing. Their message stopped meaning anything, because just like with females here, sometimes they just be spewing whatever their opinion is, and they kind of get too emotional in a way, where because you hate their opinion or because you're against their opinion, they can't handle it. You know what I'm saying? They can't handle being called wrong, or they can't handle thinking that their opinion is wrong. So they just start fighting you over anything. You know what I'm saying? Just like 4chan and 8chan. They'll fight you over any fucking argument that you want. You know what I'm saying? So for her, the way she was actually with it, back when it was with equal rights, but after she got it, she fucking left. And when I told her why, she's like, well, I fucking forgot her name. Anita Sarkeesian, the
Oh
female?
yeah. Yeah.
Anita
I've
Sarkeesian?
definitely heard of her.
The one that wanted, the one that was like, all females should be treated equally in video games and shit, and then took all the donation money they gave her, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, screwed them over. She was like that. My friend was like that in her opinion. She was like, I was with her until she fucked everyone over, and then just dipped. You know what I'm saying? I was not about that life. I didn't want to be associated with crazy people like that. And that's why I respected her opinion, because she actually backed it up with not only evidence, but gave me her emotional side of the story. And here's the thing with me. If you tell me your opinion and tell me it in an emotional way, like express yourself, get angry, put a fucking rant, stop yelling, start cursing, but put it in a way that's realistic. Don't just start spewing whatever. Start actually saying what you're feeling and why you're hurt. You know, like why you have a bias against them and why do you think they're retarded. Just like with me, whenever I say people are retarded, I expect you to know what I mean, but if you don't, I'll explain why. You know what I'm saying? Like, have enough respect for your opinion to put work into it. You know what I'm saying, bro? If I ain't gonna put any work into your opinion, then why the fuck should I respect it? You know what I'm saying? This is one of those things where this is why I don't like it when people say all opinions should be equal. It's like all people should be equal. No, the fuck they don't, because more often than not, most of them don't actually put any work and just expect you to treat them equally because they got some pussy. Nigga, you didn't choose it. And just because you didn't switch genders doesn't mean you still choose it. You know what I'm saying? Fuck out of here, boy. You ain't about it. You can get this wet work. You know what I'm saying? Here's the funny thing. You don't want to know why I love entitled people and hate them at the same. I have a love and hate relationship with them. You don't want to know why?
Why?
Because just like with people who don't actually respect their opinion enough to put work into it, these niggas just assume they're entitled to your respect because they're females. You know what I'm saying, bro? They want equality so goddamn much, but none of the negatives. Here, I've actually seen a video right on YouTube. Was the most fucking entitled bitch I have ever seen in my life, and didn't think she was real until I met more of them, and then I was like, yeah, these people really deserve to fucking die at this point, or at least beat the fuck up and like learn how the world really works, because these are the kind of people that don't get an ass whooping like we do when they're kids. So just assume everything's entitled to them. You know what I'm saying? Like a rich brat. Here, I think she was fucking called about free people. I think I talked about this before, where a cop, pulled a girl over because she didn't have a license. She told her, "Give me your license and your registration." She said, "My friend doesn't need to have it because he's a free inhabitant. So, he can follow all of the golden rules. When he visits the U.S., he has all of its rights and doesn't have to follow any of its rules." And then when the guy said, "No, that would be pure anarchy," he gave him the same reason that most of these people say. "No, because we're peaceful peoples." You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bitch, no, it's not how the world works. Yeah, entitled to all of our rights, but none of our fucking laws. And guess what happened?
What happened?
That nigga gave her wet work, my nigga. He gave her straight up what I would give a bitch like that. He was like, "Miss, you didn't do anything wrong or anything legal yet, my nigga. You didn't do it yet. And you're about to if you keep messing with me." Like, straight up what he said. Except he did the same thing I do. Keep it calm and relax, because, the bitch was filming. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't about to drop her ass just yet. But if she keeps impeding my investigation, and that's what he said, if you keep impeding my investigation, you are slowly going to get some charges. You know what I'm saying? Some investigative charges and, obstructive of justice and shit. Okay. So, guess what happens? Guess what happened, bro? He told the bitch to get out of the car, and she was like, "I will, but I will leave the scene." It's like, bitch, nope, this is an investigation. You ain't leaving. She's like, "Do you have rights over me?" He was like, "Bitch, yes, I do. I'm a cop. What do you fucking mean? Yeah, I have rights over you. What the fuck you mean?" It's like, no, you can't have rights or authority over someone because they're a free people. Like, they're a free inhabitant. I think she was following some sort of, I think it was the First Amendment or something. She was following it before the First Amendment was created, back when it just said everyone gets equal rights or some shit. Like that. Like before the amendments were made or something like that.
Yeah.
She followed it, and she was like, "You can't have authority over an inhabitant over a free spirit." Here's the thing. For me, it seemed like she was a cross between a hippie, an entitled person, and a fucking fascist. All three. Like, she was a cross between all of them. Because she had the mentality of a hippie of just saying, "I'm a free people, and I'm a free inhabitant of the earth," while also a cross between an entitled person because she legitimately believed she can have all of your rights, but doesn't have to follow any rules. And also a cross between a fascist because when he did cuff her ass, because let's be real, she was about to get fucking dropped. So he told her to get out of the car. She's like, "Okay, but I'm gonna leave." He's like, "Bitch, you ain't leaving," and he cuffed her ass. And here's the thing. Just like with females, and I died laughing when I heard this part, right? She started yelling rape. Legit the first thing she started yelling. And I died laughing. You know why? You want to know why?
Why?
Because the nigga gave her the fucking best response, bro. You want to know what the best response when a woman starts yelling rape? He's like, he legit told her it's not supposed to be comfortable, so you better strap in and take it. You know what I'm saying? Before you think something like no, I wasn't raping the chick. He was actually telling her to get rid of her bag, but she was resisting arrest. So he pulled that thing where he pulled a nigga's hand behind her back and about to break it. Except for me, I already broke it. But let's just say he didn't, because he didn't. He was having that chokehold on her ass, and he literally told her after he cuffed her ass to stop resisting arrest. And then she told him after yelling rape like 5 times is that you can't can't arrest her because she's a free and happy. You know, the thing where they just start spewing random shit. I should have looked this shit up right now. It's so much fun to actually watch. I'm gonna watch it again, probably die laughing on stream. My God, that bitch was crazy.
Well,
All right, so he put her on arrest and told her, yeah, when you're being like legit targeted, you know what I'm saying, like being put in a chokehold, it's not supposed to be comfortable, but it is a subduative stance. You know what I'm saying? What was the bitch's name, bro? Forgot her ass. Okay. What was it called? The free and habit. I'm just gonna write free and habit.
well, I'm going to take a quick break.
Oh wait, hold up, bro. Before you take this fucking break, my boy, holy shit, this video has 7 versions of itself, and all fucking Gucci, bro. All right, before you take a break, you can take a break and go to undo your nutsack or something, because I swear to God,
No,
I'm
no,
gonna say.
that's not what's happening here. I
Oh,
just gotta
different
pee,
kind of
man.
break. Okay.
I just have to
Oh, I
urinate.
knew it. See, either pee or undo your nutsack. That's legit what you do. You go take a piss, and I'm
All
gonna
right.
just post this on Discord and on the chat, and then I'm gonna hit you guys up
Okay.
afterwards. Swear to God, this bitch is insane, bro. I'm gonna also take a piss real quick, man. Yo, bro, you back from that piss? Not yet, nigga. You ain't back yet. Hour and a half. How do you know?
Hello, I'm back on stream. And welcome back to the stream. So, currently, I can hear someone on the other mic, but I haven't turned my audio on Skype yet. So, well, let's see.
God, this is funny.
Yeah, it's
The
funny.
entitlement, man. Word, nigga.
Word.
Like, word, nigga. I'm watching this. And the entitlement, my nigga. It's getting real. Bro, this is funny as fuck, bro. All right, are you watching it?
Um. Okay. Let's see. What?
Watch that shit. It's lit.
All right.
It
Let,
is
let
lit.
me let me make sure it's oh, crazy
But we told
feminist.
you he's an Article 4 free
I'll just have the audio on and I'll comment on that.
inhabitant, so he does
Yeah,
not
she was
have to have a
crazy. She was
license.
actually
This is
called
on
crazy
recording.
feminist
Article
and
4,
also a
free
free
inhabitant,
inhabitant,
pursuant to the
which
Articles of
she said it was
Confederation.
in
You
the
can
U.S.
look it up.
Book
It's in
of
the United
Code.
Oh,
States
she's
Book of
talking
Codes.
about
It is your laws you have to
she's
Yeah, go
talking
ahead.
about the Articles of Confederation.
Yeah, which I don't think are a thing anymore.
Yeah, that's right. Although they are an organic document
Yeah,
of the
that's why it's
United
funny.
States,
That's why
they
it's funny.
are not in effect anymore.
Yeah, that's the funny
So
part. Here's the thing. There are two types of niggas, right? One who doesn't back their shit up with any evidence, and one like her, who actually backs up her argument, but uses such outdated facts that it's just funny, my nigga. I should have died laughing,
it's
man. You should watch
outdated
it.
by over 200 years now.
But hey, niggas be tripping, okay? This is why I don't mess with females. Just watch the cop, bro. He is best boy, my nigga. I would
Yeah.
smash this nigga straight up.
All right, I will do that.
All the
Well,
homo,
walk
okay?
back
This
here.
is
All right.
real. All
Article
the
4,
homo,
free
my
inhabitant,
nigga. He
pursuant
is
to the
real
Articles of
as fuck.
Confederation.
He keeping it real.
Article 4, free inhabitant pursuant to the Articles of Confederation. She does not know what she's talking about.
It's funny,
Yeah.
man. You should see the comments, my nigga.
For me, is that if it records, that's fine. But I don't
Alright.
want you holding anything.
No weapons, no weapons. All right, no.
Okay. So what
It's
I'm going to
funny,
ask you to
says-
do
the
is the same
description
thing.
says,
Get out of
right?
the car?
Yes.
No, I'm
Girl
not
gets
getting out of the
arrested
car.
after claiming
can-
she's a free inhabitant. Doesn't know what that is, by the way.
Okay.
Claims rape when getting arrested. Straight up fucking called it.
She says that she's refusing to get out of the car. Now, what
Yeah,
she
that's
should
the
have
thing.
done at this point is when he says get out of the car, she should have asked, am I being detained or am I under arrest?
Yeah, straight up. But or at least say, hey, you got a warrant to search my shit. But here's the thing: he's not searching your car. He's just towing the
Well,
shit.
what they can
And
do is they can
Yeah, go ahead.
ask to search, and if you give them permission, they don't need a
Yeah.
warrant.
Yeah, that's true. But here's the thing: this is
So-
actually why I asked, because the bitch obviously won't give you permission even if you fucking ask. You know what I'm saying? This is why I said at least have a warrant. But here's the funny thing: even if she accused him of shit like searching her car or something,
Yeah.
he can just say that he wasn't searching shit; he was towing it. Which again, in all defense of this fucking homeboy, he is literally telling the chick, "Hey, I'm gonna tow your car. Please get out so you don't get hurt." You know what I'm saying? That's why I said this nigga is best boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm at about the 33-second mark. So when he tells her, maybe I should put this on stream actually. Here, let's put
shit.
it on stream.
It's lit, nigga.
All right.
It's lit.
All right. Let's do that.
Tell you what. Put it on stream, right? Put it on
yeah.
stream.
Yeah, it's on stream right now.
Start from zero. Play the thing, and then stop, and we talk about each part
All right.
individually, and then we finish it afterwards.
All right. This is gonna take a while. If you've ever seen my commentary videos, this is gonna take a long time.
Hey,
All right.
listen, we all for it, nigga. This
All
is
right,
lit.
so-
you know what I'm saying? Keep
So
it
we're
real.
at 0 here.
Yeah,
So
zero.
what we can see from 0 is there's a woman. She's sitting in the passenger seat of the car. The driver's seat is already disoccupied. Whoever's been in there has already come out. So now
Yeah, this thing's getting straight
the
up arrested.
officer is approaching the driver's side of the vehicle, which is open, and he's about to speak to the woman.
Yep.
But we told you he's an Article 4 free inhabitant, so he does not have to have a license. This is on recording. Article 4, free inhabitant.
You should probably put that on sound so I can hear it too, at least
So-
from your perspective.
It is
So-
on.
Oh, I guess I can't hear it. That's all.
So she says Article 4, free inhabitant. So let's actually, I'm going to look up the Articles of Confederation and actually see Articles of Confederation. and I'm going to actually proof check what she's saying is accurate. Not that it matters because they're not in effect, but I'm going to see.
Given they get the benefit of the doubt, I got you.
I'm not going to give her the benefit of a doubt. I'm going to actually check on what it says.
Yeah, because this bitch tripping straight up.
So let's see.
I find it funny.
Of
You
Confederation.
know why? You know what I love
text.
about this video the most? You want to know why?
Full text.
I love about it the most.
What?
It's the fact that I predicted the shit out of everything, bruh. She is the definition of a feminist. Here's the thing. Whenever someone meets me, right? Whenever someone like you or someone talks to me, right? And tells me, hey, what do you think of feminists or something like that? I legit just pull out this video and be like, nigga, watch this. Like, this is me in every single one of those situations, except if she messes with me, she gets shot. That's the only difference.
So she's talking about Article 4. So I'll read Article 4 on here. The better to secure and perpetuate mutual friendship and intercourse among the people of the different states in the Union, the free inhabitant of each of these states, paupers, vagabonds, and fugitives from justice accepted, shall be entitled to all privileges of immunities of free citizens in the several states. So that means that if you are anyone that lives in the states, who is a vagrant or someone that doesn't have a home, you still have the same rights as the people that live in the state.
That's her logic.
And the people of each state shall free ingress and regress to and from any other state, and shall enjoy therein all the privileges of free trade and commerce, subject to the same duties, which is taxes, impositions, and restrictions as the inhabitants thereof, respectively. So, again, what the lady isn't talking about is that they are also subject to restrictions.
That's the funny part, nigga. She backs that shit up in all of the wrong ways.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. If I was that cop, right, and you pulled out Article 4 on my ass, put enough respect on the nigga's name to tell me the entire article.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. I do that thing where I give a nigga the entire benefit of the doubt, even though I know he's fucking lying. I'm like, here's the thing with me. You want to know why I always give people the benefit of the doubt?
Yeah?
Because I'm not lying when I say I'm going to shoot you. I will legit shoot you. So I give you, and this is a very heroic thing to do, I will give you one chance to not fuck up so I don't shoot you as much. But if you literally disrespect me so hard that you don't actually put thought into your opinion or just straight up lie, then just like with self-defense, you can't yell rape, you can't back that up. You legit lied to my fucking face. It's like lying to a judge. And except the difference is I'm judge, jury, executioner, and rapist, man. I'm gonna fuck your ass up.
So I'll just finish reading the article in case there's anything I missed. Provided that such restrictions shall not extend so far as to prevent the removal of property imported into any state to any other state of which the owner is an inhabitant, provided also that no imposition, duties, or restrictions shall be laid by any state on the property of the United States or either of them. If any person guilty of or charged with treason, felony, or other high misdemeanor in any state shall flee from justice and be bound in any of the United States, he shall, upon demand of the governor or executive power of the state from which he fled, be delivered up and removed to the state having jurisdiction of his offense. Full faith and credit shall be given in each state, each of these states, to the records, acts, and judicial proceedings of the courts and magistrates of every other state. So that means if they want to arrest him, they have the full authority to arrest him.
Yeah, this is the thing. Bitch straight up lying. Like, even her own facts are bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is funny. Very funny when he straight up screws her over. And I
Because
don't get why. Like, here's the thing. I get it. Yelling rape, if a rape is actually happening, is a good thing. But, like, don't just yell out rape. I'm speaking to females right now because I swear to God, this happens literally in every female situation. Even here is not safe. You know what I'm saying? They legit will yell rape at anything, my nigga. I swear to God. That's why I hate feminists. For people that are like, oh, you just hate women's rights. Oh, you just hate females. Like, bitch, nah.
but
I hate
essentially
you because you don't put facts. Like, you straight up. I don't know, man.
her
Maybe
claim,
bitches are on cocaine. I swear to God. Even if they were on cocaine, I would actually thumbs up. Like, any female who's on cocaine and does this, thumbs up. Because at
Yeah.
least that makes sense. You
The
don't just
claim-
do shit on cocaine without being on it.
so to recap, the exact claim she's making is that she has immunity and should not be arrested because she is a
basically
vagrant.
she's telling
But
him. Basically she's telling him, my friend's
what the law
can't be
actually
arrested.
says is that the
Yeah.
state has the authority to have all the restrictions and impositions on the people within the state, which includes the vagrants. Because since the free inhabitants and all the other groups are given the rights, they are also subject to all the laws of the state.
Yeah,
And
which
the
is
police
something
are
people mention.
usually administered by those states, and therefore they have the full authority to arrest these individuals.
Yeah,
So,
this is when you know, but straight up lying.
so let's continue.
And in pursuant to the Articles of Confederation, you can look it up. It's in the United States Book of Codes. It is your laws you have to follow.
All right, I will do that.
Just please call my mom.
I'll walk you back here.
Article 4, free inhabitant, pursuant to the Articles of
Put the
Confederation.
camera down for me. Is that if it records, that's fine. But I don't want you holding anything.
No weapons, no weapons. All right, no.
Okay. So what?
All right, so
Hold up real quick. I'm gonna just be back for a little second.
yeah, I'll continue without you then. I think it's
Alright, I just yeeted and your boy is back on that dick. No comment. So yeah,
she also made sure that she told him that she had no weapons, and he told her it's okay if she
That's
records.
a point for her, you know.
Yeah, so she does at least know some of the stuff she's talking about, but she's misinterpreting the Articles of the Confederation.
Yeah, which is why
What I'm gonna ask you to do
respect in
is
your
the same
work if
thing.
you want
Get
to
out
take
of the
it
car?
seriously.
Yes.
No, I'm not getting out of the car.
All
You
right.
can go get your superior.
Well, I am going to tow this car, and you cannot be in the vehicle while I'm towing this vehicle.
Well, if you go get your superior,
That's not
he'll
gonna happen right
clarify that he can be set free because he does not
That's
have
not
to have
going
a
to
license.
happen right now, young lady. So either you're going to come out of the car on your own free will, or I'm going to assist you.
I'm gonna get out of the car and walk down to that house.
No, you are not free to leave right now.
You.
Okay, so when he says you're not free to leave right now, that means that she's not necessarily under arrest, but that she is being
Yeah.
detained.
Exactly, because he's under investigation, my nigga.
Yeah.
Are you saying you have authority over me?
Yes, I do.
You have proven authority over me.
Yes, I do.
How did you do that?
It's always
County of
funny, bro.
Imperial through the sheriff.
You-
Shit, man.
Okay, so he's not a policeman, he's a sheriff's deputy.
Yeah,
But-
which is an important distinction, by the way.
Yeah, so but he still has authority within the county. So
Yeah,
I think
that's
his
fair.
authority to ask her to be removed from the vehicle is fully legitimate. And he also
Yeah.
stated that he is detaining her, which means that it is okay for him to remove her from the vehicle.
And again,
Do not
he's
have authority
legitimately
over
doing
human
this
being over
because
free
he knows
inhabitant.
that
Do you
if
wanna
he throws
argue
it
the
with
point?
her in it, she
You need
might
to go
get
look
hurt.
up your
I don't have to
laws.
look at
Like, here's
anything right
why
now.
this nigga is best.
What I need to do
He
is get you out of the
doing
vehicle.
it
If you have
out of
identification,
respect,
please
but
hand
that's
the
the one
identification
thing
over
this
to me.
is not
No.
Identify yourself
you
to
know
me.
what I'm
And I'm
saying?
not going to step out of the
This is
vehicle.
what- when you know people
And
are
now
fucked
she
up, right?
is refusing to identify herself.
Yep. This is why she gets dropped.
Yeah, that's actually pretty bad.
All right. Well, you know, you are impeding my
Let's fuck it up.
investigation. You are delaying me, which is a penal code violation in the state of California.
That law only
40.
applies to U.S. citizens.
Well, where are you a citizen of?
I am not a U.S. citizen.
Well, see, that's
I
where
am
you're
a free
mistaken.
inhabitant. I am of
That's
the
where
earth.
you're-
I do not belong to any corporation. I do
That's-
not belong to any country.
Yeah, but as
no.
long as you're in the sovereign states of the United States, you will abide by the rules
No.
and laws.
See,
and you have
a
certain
free
protection.
a free inhabitant is they are allowed to. They're free people. They have all of the rights of a U.S. citizen without following any of their laws.
Well, that would just be pure anarchy if that were the case.
No, because
So
we're
I'm gonna have
peaceful
you step
people.
out.
So she said,
You got to my best part. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the best part.
so
Go
she
ahead.
said that she has all the rights, but doesn't have to follow the laws, which is
Yeah.
exactly the
Pure
opposite of what the Articles of Confederation says, which is
Again,
that
more
you have
retardation,
all
bro.
the rights, and you have to then be subject to the impositions, duties, and restrictions of the laws of the states.
Remember, the reason they gave you them fucking rights is just so policemen don't abuse you. But now you doing the same thing that they were supposed to be doing to you. It's like reverse racism. One cop shot you, so now you shoot all the cops. Nigga, you're literally doing the same thing he was doing to you. Fucking retards, bro. Doing too much, man.
hmm And she claims that she's not a citizen, but
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I say this bitch is a hippie. She literally thinks because she's a resident of the planet, she can just be like on any country. She assumes, right, that no matter what country she's in, she gets full rights, but none of the rules. This is why she's retarded, and why I'm surprised she ain't got murked yet. Like straight up.
from her accent and looking at what I can see of her, I think she might be from the U.S. and therefore would be born or naturalized inside of the United States,
Yeah,
which would make her by default a citizen.
yeah, I know. Again, the stupidest niggas, bro.
Yeah. All right. Because citizenship, contrary to social contract theory, citizenship is actually something that is, it's not something that you need to consent to. The
True.
government doesn't need your consent to rule over you.
True.
Although on a
Especially when you
philosophical
live on
level,
their
people
land,
say that,
nigga.
but on a practical level, it's not true.
Especially when you live on their land, nigga. Like, straight up, this is the same thing with farmers, right? Where you're like, hey, can I stay here for a day? But you can't tell me to work for my meals or work for the fact that I stayed over. You know what I'm saying? Like, here's the thing. If a nigga's giving you his home, you better work for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Similar with farming families. We ain't about to stay over and not put in this work, my nigga. They can literally, they need all the fucking help they can get, by the way, and they're underappreciated. So that's why you put in that work, my nigga. And if you don't, you get them ankles broke. Or maybe that's just me, but hey, a bit of a bias, but let's be real. Just like this video proves, half of them are fucking retards.
Yeah, because it doesn't work that, of course, the U.S. was founded and the people at that time decided that they were going to make a country, but it's not as if every person born since then, when they come of age, have to sign a contract saying, I agree to follow the laws of this country. It doesn't
True.
work that way. You have to follow it because you're in the country. And
This is actually what he
Yeah.
said. He's like, as long as you're in the U.S., you gotta follow its rules.
Yeah.
And the bitch just says, yeah, but I'm free inhabitant, so just get all of its rights and of its rules. Swear to God, this bitch has to be on cocaine. Like, here's the thing. Again, I'm over passionate in the fact that I want these people to not get murked, but, bro, the more I watch, the more I'm just gonna murk her as soon as I see them cheeks. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Our peaceful people. You go call them up and ask him, and they'll tell you exactly what I'm talking about.
Well, I don't know who to call.
Your superior.
Well, I am a superior to a certain extent.
So call your superior.
Well, it's going to take a couple hours or so for somebody to come down.
Well,
And
just
that's
call
not going to
them.
happen right now.
Well, then we're gonna have to solve it some other way.
All right.
We just need to. You need to call in, tell them I'm a free inhabitant, and find out what
Well,
that is.
I am going to tow this vehicle, young lady, so you cannot be in this vehicle.
I understand that. So all right. Then I'm gonna get out of the vehicle and I'm going to walk down to that house
No, you're
because
not.
you do not have.
Okay, so it looks like the other guy is apparently under arrest by the looks of
Yep.
it.
Yep.
And because
didn't
of
have a
that,
license.
since he is the driver of the vehicle is going to be towed since he's the
Yep.
one associated with the vehicle. But the woman is occupying the vehicle that she's not willing to offer any evidence that she owns the vehicle, and therefore it's entirely fine for the vehicle to be towed, since the only person that had any claim to the vehicle is already under arrest.
Yep, straight up. This is the funny thing. She literally puts no work into this. She just assumes you're gonna say she's right, you know? Again, more retards, bro. Straight up getting murked.
Well, then I'm not getting out of the vehicle.
No, you're not.
I love this
Why?
guy.
Not free to
He
leave.
actually
Why?
is
As soon as I conclude the
legitimately
rest of my
being a homeboy and giving
investigation,
her
you will be
benefit
free
of
to
the doubt,
leave.
Even though any other cop would have not given her 2 seconds of leeway, bro. She would have straight up gotten shot.
Yeah, and the sheriff's deputy here, he is being very...
Asks to get his superior,
He's being very nice, because he is telling her exactly that she is not free to leave. And he's asking questions as to... He's asking her, and he's being patient with her. So, yeah.
This is the things I value in people, man. It's one of those things that are very easy to get, but also nobody fucking follows 100% of the time. And I'm surprised he didn't just shoot her first. Like, this is the kind of test I would give to my deputies if I was an officer or a sergeant in an army or something. I'd be like, listen, deal with the worst motherfuckers and don't shoot them, and you straight up get them the Medal of Honor. Like, legit. Because if you don't, then you're literally in the 1%. Like, straight up in the 1%.
Okay.
But this nigga is getting the wet work. Did he get to the part
As
where
far as I know,
right?
you have not done anything wrong at this
End
point.
her argument with it.
But you are slowly reaching to that point
you know
to
what?
148 PC.
I'll get out of the vehicle for you. I will get out of the vehicle. I'm getting mama.
All right, well, you're not free to leave.
You're
going to take the bag off.
No, I'm
You're going
not.
to take the bag off.
No, I'm not.
Then that's your...
Hey! You're raping me! This is rape! This is rape! This is rape!
Relax.
Okay!
Relax your arms.
It's relaxed.
Stop fighting with me.
It's relaxed.
Stop fighting with me. Stop fighting.
All right? I'm not fighting.
Okay, so she decided to leave without permission because she was being detained.
Yeah,
and of course, the sheriff's deputy stopped her using physical force because she wasn't listening to him, and then she immediately started screaming rape.
Yep, best part, bro. Straight up.
Center 256. I got a combative X-ray.
Here, I'm lifting my arm up. I'm lifting my arm up.
Your arm right
it
there.
hurt. Okay, I told you what I was doing.
This is pain compliance, okay? It's not meant to be comfortable.
This is
Do
illegal.
I have your attention?
This is completely illegal.
I can... Oh, oops, I pressed the space bar. Wasn't supposed to do that. I can hear that they were putting a handcuff on her.
Yeah, I was cuffing her ass.
Yeah. They're using the handcuffs.
Yep, and then she just was yelling red straight up.
I can't.
I love the
You're not
bag.
putting me in the
That's
car. You
her
can wait
rebuttal
till you get to
about the
superior.
bag, you know?
You are not taking
Just
my bag
realistic
off.
with you guys.
You can
They don't
handcuff
keep
me
that
with my
bag
bag
no
on.
matter what.
You're right.
Even if they get arrested, man, and that's real. And I can't even hate it.
Relax.
Because it's
I'm
like
relaxed.
you taking away my phone, nigga. You ain't doing that. I'm going to break her off before you take it back. I got all the wallet things on. You ain't taking it.
You
You know what I'm
son of a
saying?
bitch!
You ain't taking my evidence.
You don't even know what you're doing.
Delete
I'm
it
telling
first.
you, I'm
Young
gonna
lady.
fucking sue you.
Stop.
What's your name? Argadona, you're gonna get arrested. You're gonna get fucking. Oh my God, you don't know your own laws.
Relax, young
You
lady.
don't know your own laws.
Relax, young lady.
I can't believe you just did this.
You need to calm down.
You're gonna get in trouble. You don't know your own laws.
Calm down.
You're illegally doing this. I told you I was a free inhabitant.
Calm down.
You are illegally doing this.
Young lady, calm down.
You are illegally doing this. I told you this is against my will. You did this illegal. You cut my bag.
All right, you're under arrest.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Give me my...
He says she's under arrest, and she says, "No, I'm not."
Yep.
My goodness. You can't just say I'm not under arrest. That's not how it works.
Entitlement, man. The entitlement. I swear to God, this is legit. The feminist thing about being raped, the entitlement about literally not following rules, and the retardation of the spiritual nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. I love them spiritual homies, but they know what true respect is. And this bitch, nope. This is one of those things, right, where you join a group or a righteous kind of group, or let's just say the presidential election and win, where you just assume you get all of its rights and none of the rules because they're the president. Like, that's literally what it feels like to this bitch. She straight up does everything she wants. This is why I say you niggas are sheltered too much, bro. Too much sheltering, bro.
Stop!
Like, here's the thing
Leave
with
me
me. I would
alone!
not be
You
that
can't
way.
have this
Legit,
big
it was
hammer, man.
You
no
can go get
argument.
your superior!
Like, she was
I will
being
Go
accepted.
get, and I'm
But
sweating
what
right
I
here. Go
think,
get your
the more I
fucking
found that these
superior!
people are literally everywhere, bro. And
Yeah,
I'm
they're
always
everywhere.
like, is this shit a new form of zombie apocalypse? Because
I'm
then I would
finishing the
just
video
straight up
right now.
lose. Yeah, like,
Okay.
what?
You son of a bitch!
Hey, let me finish it too, bro. Let me just die laughing again.
Fucking asshole!
You need to calm down.
You need to fucking learn your goddamn
Listen, this
job
is
because
my
you
ass,
don't know
bitch.
your fucking laws!
Interesting advice.
Go get your superior and go
Calm
get your
down.
fucking
So you have
laws!
it, my ass, bro.
No! You son of a fucking bitch! Fuck you!
Nigga.
Fuck you, you're gonna get fucking
Bro.
Oh my god, you son of a...
You frickin' fricks. When will you get quenched?
Yeah, let me just finish
Nothing
this,
will
bro.
quench. No. Okay. I
Watch
think
shit.
that of course
Hold up. Let me finish this real quick. Let me die laughing a second time, bro.
she was
Oh, yeah,
not.
here it is. Here it is, the rape allegations, bro.
Yeah.
Straight up rape, bro. Bitch yelling. Bro, this is funny.
She was
This
not
is
willing
up
to
yelling.
identify herself.
Yep,
She
because
was
she doesn't need
using bogus
identification.
laws.
It's
She
relaxed. You ain't gonna relax them cheeks
yeah.
when they get spread.
And since she was not identifying herself, it also meant that she was not willing to prove that she was in charge of a vehicle,
Yeah,
which
I
meant
know.
that he had full right to remove her from the
Yeah.
vehicle.
Here's
And
the
then
thing.
she
Here's the thing. This
tried
is
to
one of those
leave while she was
situations,
being
right?
detained, and
This
therefore
is one
it
of the.
was right for her to be arrested.
Yeah, go ahead. This is one of those situations, right, bro, where if I was that cop, I would do one of two things. Number one is be like him, chill, Gucci, and just like arrest this chick normally. You know what I'm saying? Give her the benefit of the doubt, let her fuck herself over, and of course record the entire thing for my homies to watch. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my reaction. Number one. And number two is, if it's so specifically made in the way that's like, I'm 100% in the right, and she's 100, in fact, 2,000 minus percent in the wrong, straight up, then yeah, I would have just shot her first. You know what I'm saying? Like, here's the thing. It's one of those situations where, you know why I'm happy? Because the cop could have legit shot her, and everyone would have clapped. Because this chick is not only wrong, but she's 200% wrong, bruh. She is like, everything, like, this is one of those things you swear it's in The Sims or some shit, where legitimately every situation that could have gone wrong, got wrong. And here's the thing, her homeboy, he's like, bro, yeah, just arrest me. I'm out. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't have a license. My girl said it's bullshit, so I didn't grab it. Like, he's Gucci. He's legit, I'm laughing, bro. He's legit Gucci. And this is why I know this is a prime example, right, of why I don't fuck with females, bro. The guy would be Gucci. He would get arrested, and then he's call his mom. He's like, P.O.P., hold it down, you know what I'm saying? But nah, the female, she gotta start yelling rape. She gotta start yelling bullshit allegations. She can't even look up her own book of codes, bro. She legit fucked up in every way possible, and I would have shot her first. And I believe everyone agrees. Like, straight up, the only people who don't agree that she would have gotten shot first is other feminists. Because look at this situation. Any way you look at it, she is fucking up, bro. Like, word? I'm legit like, word? These people are still alive. How sheltered? Just answer me that, Anavultus. How sheltered can a bitch be? Like, word? She had to have been genetically muted. There is no way to be this entitled, man.
Well, it's I think also that there's people that like to tell people things that there's a lot of nonsense legal advice that people have.
Yeah, I know. Here's the thing. I believe, right? This is why I say some people are retarded and why common sense is so important to me. Because I genuinely believe that not having common sense is either one of three reasons why you don't have it. Number one is you're retarded, as in you legitimately have something wrong with you, like depression or a form of psychological damage that makes you not function socially or normally, like you do not know social norms, like how to say hi to people. Like you gotta be so damaged to not even know the basics humans functions. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta be so damaged that you can't actually think for real. You know what I'm saying? And number two is you're so sheltered by your preppy ass bitch ass parents that they give you everything to the point where you never once in your life thought about it. This is why I say when I meet entitled kids, right, like my nephew and shit.
Well,
But it's
I
like
think this
he,
person is
yeah,
probably more of the kind of person that decided to leave her parents and never listen to her parents.
exactly. One of those people that legitimately go out of their way to not put any respect on their own rights. Like, here's the thing. This is a teenager, like a goth chick gone wrong, except she's gone feminist and then rogue. Like, straight up. She literally reminds me of half of the feminists I meet. Because, again, contrary to popular belief, yes, most of you people are fucking retarded because, again, you legitimately. Here's the thing. I'm always confused and always stutter when I talk about this because I'm like, there is no way, like physically impossible by the definition of God Himself, God damn it, that you can be this entitled. Like, there's a level of stupid, and then there's this. Where I know you're too lazy to go to put any work in your effort, but even YouTubers, even they motherfuckers have enough right and skill set to steal other people's art and shit. Like these people put zero effort, minus effort, which is why I'm surprised. I'm
Well,
like,
what
bruh,
she should have done is even if
it's
she
anything, literally any other thing, and she would have been okay. Like, here's the thing. I
even if
remember I
she
told,
believed that she was correct, she should
yeah,
have obeyed the police officer and then afterwards, if she was correct, sued them. But she wasn't correct. I looked it up.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
This is one of those things, right? Where again, I swear to God, it's made by Sims or God Himself. Because literally, if I was in this situation, anything she would have said that was actually correct, like "I'm sorry" or anything, and then I would immediately excused her and said, "Okay, it's okay. Maybe your parents are fucking idiots," and I probably would have shot them first, which was real. I probably told her, "Hey, give me your phone number and your parents." And I'm like, "Bitch, what do you think? You're gonna get fucking literally 50 years in prison." But like, that was literally a conversation I've had with a friend of mine where it's like he was so entitled that I actually had to call his parents. I'm like, nigga, this is so child protective services on them cheeks, my boy, that I swear to God you're getting fucking raped the first day you show up in prison. Like, I will make sure you drop the soap every day. Like, that was legit a conversation because I'm like, bruh, there is no way you're this fucking stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, here's the thing. Like I said, there's a level of I'm sorry, and then immediate social interaction bombing that this is. Again, I'm gonna finish this shit. I'm dying right now, bro.
Okay.
I'm at that part where she's yelling rape, and I'm just dying of laughter right now.
Have a nice laugh.
Bro, look, she's continuously yelling rape. I swear to God, this is made up, bro. Completely illegal, my ass, bitch. Oh yes, every bitch. She can't take the bag off. She will get arrested, but with her bags. That's the thing that I actually respect females. They have enough right to their Gucci shit and their Gucci flip flops that they will die for that shit. That's respectable, but not in this situation because she's still retarded.
Okay.
Yep, straight up rape. I like the fact that the cop is literally not even talking. And the bitch is wearing Gucci flip flops with a ring on her toes. I don't fucking know, bro. I just paused at the right moment. I swear to God, the cop is best boy, man. I would literally smash this nigga, like
What?
100%. Like, look, like I said, all the way home, okay? Look, I'm a guy who will ballroom dance with his friends if you ask. You should not be surprised. Like, this is the level of homeboy that I want in my life. Like, a guy who's so Gucci that he will literally not talk back to this chick. Because he knows. Just like with my friends, if we were to roast this bitch, she would die. Like, have a heart attack. Because our roast game is strong. And a chick this week will just die on the first roast. I would just be like, boy, and then she immediately fucking dies. If roast can kill, then this chick would be dead in 2 minutes. Yep, she is. She is wearing Gucci flip flops and has a ring on her toes. Kind of funny that she actually looked up his badge to try to like frame him for shit. I swear to
Yeah.
God, she's gonna get fucked on the first day. You want to know what I want to see right now? Her in prison the day after. Like, because here's the thing: there's falsely accusing someone and then falsely accusing an officer of rape. He will charge the shit out of you after that. I'm pretty sure that if you ain't getting sued, then you're going at least 10 years in prison. And here's the thing: I've watched Scared Straight, like the channel that literally shows you how teenagers be reacting in the streets, and then when they go to prison, what's going to happen to them. If this chick went into prison, first day, Gucci pop, like straight up cherry pop, 100%. They will literally pop everything in this chick's body, respectively, of course. Ironic when she says you don't know your own laws. I find it funny that he doesn't get a comeback, because if he did, she would just be mortified. Like she's the kind of sheltered person that is so fragile that if she has one of two reactions when you prove her religion is wrong or something like that. She's either mortified that she was misled this entire time, or she just doesn't get any of it. Like you said with her parents, she just doesn't hear any of it. The nigga literally told her she's in the wrong, and she does not give a single fuck. Same. I mean, they're both the same, except he's right and she's wrong, and that's subjective because this bitch is literally Gucci flip flopping the shit out of the situation.
Okay. So I think that maybe we
Still
should
trying to calm it down, bro.
stop
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Okay. Just give me like 2 minutes. All right. I gotta finish. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I can't go half mass. You gotta finish this. Bro, he's actually trying to calm this bitch down, and that only makes it worse. You know, I actually want to know something, at least from her perspective. Because for her, it seems like if something's against her will, then that's against her rights. Like just like a hippie, she makes her feelings her actual rights. Like because she's against her will, then it's against her rights. Like, do you believe in that in any way, Anavultus?
No.
Because she's like, because this is against my will and I don't feel comfortable, then you're getting sued. Bitch, that's not how rights work. Like,
No.
I mean, in
Facts don't
here,
care about your feelings.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's why I'm dying over this shit, bro. Here's the thing: in here, at least as far as we can tell, a lot of people have that thing where they want to be polite and they want to give you the benefit of the doubt and put your feelings into perspective. But at the same time, if you're fucking it up this bad, nah, at this point, not only facts don't give about your feelings, but everyone around you doesn't give a fuck about your feelings. You know what I'm saying? It's like straight up being convicted of being a pedophile. Like, there's no good way to defend that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody around you is going to shoot you first. Like, here's the funny thing. If one of my friends ever gets convicted of that, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt once. I'm like, bro, is this real? As soon as he says straight up nope or straight up yes, shoot him first. Like, I don't need the cops to show up. I'm going to shoot him first. Because here's the thing. When you know a nigga lied is when he straight up just says no. Because there's a difference between being, no, this is bullshit, and actually being sincere. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to shoot first, ask questions later. Wow, I'm at that part where she says, no, I'm not. Like, how can you deny being under arrest? There is no way. Like, bitch, you ain't got no gun. You ain't on no motorcycle. This ain't no Payday or some shit where you can fight back.
Yeah.
And you ain't in fucking like Need for Speed when you can race the shits. You can't run. This ain't the hood where you can just outrun the cops if you're fast enough. Now that ain't how it works. Plus, I'm pretty certain this nigga will just pull the strap on you as soon as you move 2 inches. Because he can at this point. He legit can.
You're under arrest.
What the fuck? Hold on. Oh, for a second I thought she was wearing a Gucci flip-flop and a Nike's shoe in different feet. I was like, what? Then I forgot that was him. And he does have good taste.
Yeah. I'm more of a New Balance guy myself.
Respectable. Actually, I don't get why she keeps asking him to get his superior. Like, that will change anything. You know what would have happened if this chick told me that? I'd be like, bitch, you get. I'm like, you don't want that. You think you do, but you don't want that. In fact, you know what I would have done? Chain this bitch up like 50 Shades of Grey straight up on her car. Get my superior and be like, nigga, listen. I don't give a fuck if this is a 3-hour ride to me. You better show up, bro. This is the best shit. And I would film her the entire time.
I'd say
And then my superior would show up and be like, "Yo, fam, what's good?" Like, look at this bitch. We just both die laughing. And then he asks her, and then she makes the same exact stupid mistakes, except one of two things. Number one, my superior would have a taser straight up. Number two, he would tase this bitch straight up. And number three, we would die laughing again. Like this is one of those things where it's like seeing a dog on a skateboard. You legit just want to invite everyone to laugh. I might even share this on Facebook, but I probably won't because people don't know English.
Well,
but if they do, they would die laughing.
I'll say you'll get to meet my superior when you get to the courthouse.
Yeah, except I'm pretty sure
Tell it to the
won't
judge,
even
man.
have a courthouse. This is one of those things where you don't even need a judge. Just straight up take her to prison because there's no argument. You know what I'm saying? This isn't no false allegations type shit. This isn't a guy raping you and then you have the benefit of the doubt or at least a statement from a witness.
Well, what they're going to do
you literally filmed your own downfall. Like,
is they're going to take her to the county jail, and then she's going to go, and they're going to decide whether they're going to charge her with any crime.
Yes, nigga.
And then she goes to get charged with a crime, and then there's a potential that they might drop the charges if they think it's not serious, or they might
this
charge
level of
her.
retardation is serious. Because I get that it's funny that she's this stupid, but when you're this stupid, you can't be out in public. You can influence young children. You know what I'm saying? Like, not the children, bro.
And if she gets charged with a crime, then there will be the point where she then gets to go to court for it.
Yeah, but at the same time, this is one of those situations where I swear to you, if I took this bitch to our county, like in our state, that's by the way like 5-minute walk, in our courtroom, me, the judge, the jury, and literally everyone else will literally 100%, I swear to God on this shit, will just agree take her ass to prison straight up. Because remember, this is that level of stupid that is just like a fucking dumbass. By that I mean like a political party member who's completely in the wrong and literally raping the minds of children by giving them wrong information. This is the type of person you don't want in public. What you want is to put her in prison, get her actually raped. I don't like want you to get raped, but in this situation, maybe she should get fucking beat up at least to learn some manners. Because here's the thing: getting beat up sucks, but it teaches you very important life lessons, like how to not get raped, and also how to defend yourself, and most importantly, manners. Because let's be real, parents are the first ones that are going to beat your ass, and then the gang members are second. You know what I'm saying? So at the very least, this is one of those things where she needs discipline. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen this personally in a lot of situations where dumb kids in the hood, they think they're gang members, then they're Gucci, then they're rapping, they think they're DJ Khaled or something. You know what I'm saying? And they just get stupid shit and do stupid shit. And then when they get to prison, then they see all the black guys, and everyone's a guy, and there ain't no transgender niggas in there. And let's be real, everybody drops the stuff. So as soon as they show up, they get scared straight, like the YouTube channel, and immediately regret everything. And I've seen it. I've seen people, mother, stop playing the flute. Please, don't make this look like a speech, my nigga. This is a roast. This ain't no speech. This is a roast, my nigga. I'm roasting their ass cheeks crisply. I've seen it, personally, to be honest, where literally someone would go to prison and come out an entirely white nigga, like straight up a white boy afterwards. And this is what I think she needs. She literally needs to get beat up. Listen, like I said, I don't condone violence, except when I do. You know what I'm saying? Well, this is one of those situations where she needs to get beat up. Because contrary to popular belief, beating someone up is actually good for them when it's like this. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes I see what you're saying.
a nigga needs to get them cheeks clapped. You know what I'm saying? And I swear to you, I'm positive, bro, that your interpretation of it is accurate, where she definitely doesn't have either no parents or dipped on her parents, because they're the only ones that can discipline her. Here's the thing. If I was in this situation, you know what would have happened to me? What? You want to know what would have happened? There would be no judge, jury, and executioner. There would be no drop the soap. I wish I would go to prison and get someone to drop the soap on me. Literally be a better option than what would actually happen. You know what would actually happen? My mom, my cousins, my aunts, grandparents, and my homeboys would all just grab chanclas, which is like a shoe, by the way, or sandal, and just beat my ass. Like, they would give me the world's biggest family ass beating, like straight up. And that's actually a real thing that happened to one of my friends who was doing some drugs and stupid shit. Guess what happened to that nigga's cheeks? Exactly what I just said, bro. They didn't actually take him to prison. You want to know what actually happened? The jerk was such a homeboy, bro. The second nigga that was 100% smashed. He did that smart thing where he, instead of accusing him, he's like, I call to the jury the victim, or I guess the felon's mother. And then I died laughing because I was there. The nigga literally brought his mom onto the courtroom. And guess what happened afterwards? He did the best thing, bro. You want to know what happened?
Tell me.
He gave that bitch full rights to beat his ass. Literally what happened. He told the mom, listen, you don't need to put respect. You don't need to calm your voice. Now get mad and beat your kid's ass. We'll give you full rights. We'll even pull the strap on him if he fights you. And you know the kid ain't fighting his mom. So he literally got him cheeks clapped. He literally got beat up so bad. So bad. Because remember, child trauma, when your mom beats your ass with a fucking spoon or some shit. He got beat up so bad. He literally admitted to having meth. He literally just full on admitted, full on gave up, told him he was sorry, got the sentence lowered to 2 years, and then after he left, he came back a changed man. Well, number one, he was gay afterwards because, I mean, respectable. You know, people dropped this up. He probably got diddled in prison, which is, let's be real, a fact. So he actually became gay afterwards, which his mom respected because it's either that or meth. You know, either dick or meth. You choose. You know, so you don't get both. You choose one. So he chose dick. So it's like, hey, better than meth. You know what I'm saying? At least he ain't no stripper. So he chose being gay. He came out gay. And the second thing he did come out was a huge respect for his mom, which actually I find very relatable. Because most people, right, think that because your parents abuse you, that they're the bad guy. But no, in this situation, he actually came with more respect than when he came in. You know, got more respect when he came out than when he came in. Because remember, this is that type of nigga. It's like 50 Cent or some shit. He will literally, doesn't care how many homeboys are up in his face, he will not admit to shit. But you bring his mom and a chancla, and she will beat the information out of them cheeks. And then after he came out, he legit was the Gucci man. I actually talked to him last week. Well, not last week. It was like 2 weeks ago. But yeah, I talked to him. And he's still sucking dick. He's just still doing that. But besides that, he's Gucci. He's actually good. But remember, always invite your mom to the courthouse so she can beat your ass. Speaking of ass beatings, how are you, Anavultus? You know what I'm saying? You got them nutsacks on point or something?
No problems there. There's no problem.
Just making sure, bro.
So
That was the best joke ever.
Let's do our outros then. You go first.
Yes. It's getting too gay. It's getting too gay. But not for me. It's never gay enough for me. All right. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my gay lording. I hope you liked the gay ass beating story, which, by the way, was very fucking funny when I saw it. Luckily, I didn't make a video of it because you can't bring phones to a courtroom. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed Anavultus. I hope you're gonna look up more females, videos of these bitches because they be the funniest shit on the internet. I hope you enjoy them just as much as me. And remember, ass beating is simple. All you need is a chancla, your mom's permission, and you just get fucked straight up. Like don't worry about it. I don't condone ass beating, but when you fuck up like this, invite your mom straight up. Like, this is the thing I wish cops would do, where they don't invite like a policeman or a courtroom manager or anything. Just call your dad and maybe a belt, and that's all you need to scare a nigga straight. Because that's the thing that I respect. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that's common within all of us. You know what I'm saying? You can hide from the police. You can hide from prisoners. But you can't hide from your parents, nigga. You're gonna get straight fucked. Okay, what about you, Anavultus?
Okay,
Hit him up with the outro.
I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you have anything to say, please do say it in the comments section below. And I will be seeing you all next time. Anavultus over and out.